Good evening. Come on in. Hey, y'all. Welcome. Let me make sure the chat is open and that we are ready to party tonight. We have some work to do. I am excited. Can someone just type something in the chat for me so I know that we are up and running? Hi, yeah, we are good to go. Awesome. All right. It's looking good. Make sure everything is lined up. We got a lot of people coming in. I'm gonna give everybody just another minute. I'm excited too. Leslie says she's so excited. Y'all, we are gonna have a good time tonight, and I have a little extra time because we are on spring break. So I do not have to tuck my babies in. So I'm so excited that they are on break, and so am I. But there is no place I'd rather be than right here in my favorite place. Hey. All right, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Jacqueline said I started spring break. I start spring break after tomorrow. Ooh, nice. They're torturing y'all. You got to go to work on Monday and then you get to start. That's interesting. Hey, y'all. Okay, so welcome. We are going to go ahead and get started. We are going to have a really fun night tonight. I want y'all to make sure that you have some water and you have something to take notes with. I'm going to let you guys know it's going to be a little overwhelming because I'm going to give you so much good information. But just stick with me and stick through it. And if you take some good notes, you will be good to go. I did prepare some slides as well, so you can see some of the things and you can kind of really feel a lot of the things by just seeing them because some of us are visual learners, right? So I'm so excited. Welcome to the CEO Crafters Masterclass. I am Kylia. In this environment, they call me Coach Kai. And in my work environment, I am Dr. Kylia Woodley Jones. I am a full-time educator and I'm so excited to be here with you tonight. So a lot of stuff we are going to go through tonight so that I can help you grow your crafting business. So I'm looking forward to getting to know some of you tonight, hopefully as many as possible. We are best friends for the evening. So I say that to say this is a place where you should feel comfortable just speaking up. I'm going to ask you guys a lot of questions. I want you to feel comfortable with just answering. There is no shame here. There are no stupid questions here. This is really just our safe place where we can grow and learn together. And that's what that looks like. Okay. So I see Carla said, are you recording and will there be a replay for us? There is a replay available in I'm sure you guys saw the package, the 1999 package. You get unlimited replay with that, the workbook that comes with the class, and so much more that's in there. No pressure at all to buy, but there are some fabulous resources in there, and I'll share a little bit about that again at some point. Oh, hey from the Bahamas. I love it. Okay, let's not get into that yet. Let's not get into that yet because I made this really cute slide with a pink map. So let me get to that, okay? But yeah, so welcome in, guys. We're going to have a good night. I'll be giving a lot of stuff away too. I think I got 6 giveaways for you tonight. So I'm gonna do if you were my last one, I already sent all those out from the last one, but I'm gonna do some t-shirt guide sets because they're my fave. And then I'm also going to do a heat press tonight. So that'll be in there as well. And I'll show you guys a little bit about what that looks like. So we are going to get right into it. So, actually, I wanted to try something new. Hold on a second. Yes, I want to try something new. Why not? So I'm going to share my screen in a different way because I thought this was so cute. Jason is my assistant. We were practicing this earlier, and I just thought this was the funniest thing to me. So hopefully I don't get in the way, but I'm going to share it this way instead. So again, welcome to the CEO Crafters Masterclass, and we are going to tonight learn how to make more, sell more, and earn more so that you can grow your business And we are going to kind of take this, it's called a playbook. So we're looking at like the whole playbook theme. I am a sports girly. I cheered in college, so I'm into sports. I love sports. So I structured this like sports. So if I have any sports aunties or sports moms or sports girlfriends or wives, we're going to kind of think about it as quarters. So we'll go through Q1, we'll go through Q2. We'll have a little halftime show where I'm going to give you guys a virtual tour of the craft house. And then we'll have Q3 and Q4. Then I'll do some giveaways. I'm going to answer questions. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. If you guys look at the bottom of your screen, or if you're on your phone, you might even have to scroll to the next one over. There's a Q&A section. The best way to get your questions answered is to drop your questions in the Q&A section, because they won't get lost there. There are hundreds of people on the call, so we want to make sure that, your questions stay safe. I will answer every single question that you guys ask tonight, but it's best to put your questions in Q&A so that it doesn't get lost as I ask you questions and people are just typing stuff in. My other number one rule, okay, my number one rule as a craft coach is to tell you guys that you are going to see a lot of stuff tonight. Your job is to not go and buy everything that you see, okay? That's not what this call is about. This call is not for you to see everything and go on Amazon and order the blanks, or go anywhere and order the blanks. Like, the purpose of this one is for you guys to just kind of learn. I wholeheartedly believe in investing in your business, investing back in your business with your business funds, with the money that you've made from your business. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So don't be, intimidated. Don't feel less than. Just understand that all the stuff I show you guys tonight, I have been doing this for a very long time. It's stuff that I built up over time. So make sure that you are not going out and running out to buy everything. I'll get the questions like, what sublimation machine should I start with? What embroidery machine should I start with? What's your favorite paper? Those kind of things. What's the best button maker? So all of the questions that you guys ask, I'll definitely answer, but this is not for you to run out and buy stuff. Maybe just add them to your cart and save them for later. And then when you make a little bit of money in your business, you can buy stuff, okay? So I hope that helps. Let me pull up the chat too, because I want to be able to make sure that I can see the chat while we are rolling, okay? So I see some people are cheating and dropping their locations, but hold on, I got you. All right, you ready? Where are you at? Where are you at? Drop it in the chat and let us know where you're at tonight. Okay. Oh my goodness, guys, we are all over. Jessica, Pamela, Tammy, Tish, Evelyn, Ramona, Gina. Yes, okay. Hey, Richmond, Louisiana, Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina, Bahamas. I love it. Dallas. Yes. Hey, Texas. I got a lot of Texas in the room tonight. North Carolina. Ty is in Maryland. We got some Georgia, Sacramento. Hey, Stephanie and Cali. Wisconsin, Florida. So, oh, this is amazing, guys. We are all over. That is my favorite thing, if I can be honest, about these classes, that I get to connect with besties in this sisterhood from all over the place. I am here for it. So, I promise I am going to over deliver tonight. So just stick with me and we're going to get through it. Arizona, I love Arizona. I love Arizona. My husband took me once. We had a great time. South Carolina, not too far. Savannah. The food is so good there. All right, so awesome, guys. I'm glad to see that you are from all over. Look at that. I love it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So again, these are some of the gifts that I'm giving out tonight. I told you guys I'm giving everyone the CEO checklist tonight. So good things happen when you stay into the end. Make sure you stay, get your free gifts. I'll pick 5 winners. So I'll just be asking some random questions this evening, and I'll be giving out 5 of these t-shirt guide packs. And then I'm going to do 1 heat press tonight as well. So again, good things happen when you stay into the end. So make sure that you stay on. I'm going to try to respect your time, make sure that I'm giving full gems. This was the CEO Crafters Vault, and Jason will drop the link for anyone that wants to grab that. If you come on any of my challenges, you know that my stuff has been most of my stuff had gone up to like $97. I made this $19.99 for you guys. I wanted to make it very easy for you to win. I do have another video training in there that's so good, and that's 30 days to crafting confidence. But so much good stuff. You get the checklist, you get the replay unlimited. So it's actually set up as a course. So it's some really good stuff in there if you guys want that. But again, no pressure. I'm going to teach my heart out tonight. So first quarter, we're talking about mindset, because this is typically what we forget about. And I'm telling you this as someone who has built a $2 million crafting business while working a full-time job with 4 kids and a husband and my mom and helping taking care of like elderly people in my family. It's a lot of work while, juggling multiple businesses. And I can't lie, like most of the times when I hear somebody say mindset, I'm like, I don't need that. Like, I know what I'm doing already. I just need the answers. I need the secrets. I need the gems. And while I'm gonna give you a lot of that stuff tonight, the biggest thing is that you understand your mindset so that you know how to reset, right? So that we don't stay in like this slump and we're so discouraged and something didn't work out our way. And we went and we bought a bunch of stuff in bulk and it didn't work out the way we wanted it to, right? So I'm gonna go through this really fun thing with you guys. And I know these two ladies, okay? These two ladies are a buildup of all the people that I've coached over the years and also myself, okay? So they're buildups, they are avatars. And avatars, when we get to marketing, that's your customer, that's who you're talking to. An avatar takes all the characteristics of your buyer and kind of puts them together. So that's what this represents here. So I do have their permission to use their names and all the good stuff because remember, they're avatars. So I just know these people because I was undercharging. I did not know my worth. Again, working a full-time job, when people were hitting me up for orders and stuff, I'm like, girl, just DM me, do this, do that. And they're like, in my DMs, I'm trying to figure stuff out. So I had to learn how to go about things differently. And it took for me to be around a bunch of business mindset people for me to learn that life wasn't just happening to me. Okay. Drop a 1 in the chat if you feel like sometimes when you get so stuck, life is only happening to you and you just wish that you were in a better situation. And you say, oh, if only I didn't have this full-time job. If my kids didn't have this crazy sports schedule or tutoring schedule or life schedule. If I love my parents and I love my grandparents, but if I didn't have to take care of them, or if I didn't have to get this part-time job, or if I didn't have to put, so much extra effort in supporting my spouse and what they have going on, I could focus a little bit more on my business and growth, right? If I didn't just have that car accident, if I didn't have this disability, if I didn't have any of those things going on, like I really wish that I was as lucky as her because I'm watching her and she winning on social media. She's making all this money from her business. And I mean, I guess I would be able to do the same thing too if I had the resources. But I'm here to tell you that you have the resources. And a lot of that stuff comes from mindset. It is about us making the choice to just get up and do the work and to make time for the work. We all, now, not all, I hate when people say this. So I'm not saying we all have the same 24 hours in a day because some people have teams. So then they have duplicates. But for those of us who are solopreneurs and running small businesses, a lot of us do have the same 24 hours in a day. And we just have to know how to structure things. We have to know how to eliminate the chaos and have some kind of structure in there. So we're going to go through some of that stuff tonight with two of my good girlfriends. Okay. So my two friends, I'm gonna tell you about my two friends, okay? And my two friends, their names are CEO Chanel and Broke and Busy Brianna. And these are my boos. Both of them have crafting businesses. Both of them are doing orders. It doesn't look the same for both of them. So we're going to play a little game. And in this game, this is all for you. This is not for me. Y'all can be honest. Again, we are best friends this evening. Okay. This is just for us here. And you are going to drop a 1 in the chat if you're like CEO Chanel, not chat. Drop a 2 in the chat for me if you are like Broke and Busy Bree. I see Delphine said, not yet. You don't know yet. You don't even know what I'm going to say yet. Y'all over here dropping twos like crazy. I'm done with y'all. We didn't even get started. Cut it out. So Delphine says she has to take care of her mother and Down syndrome brother and husband, and she gets overwhelmed. She's trying to get the work done and also work out and keep the stress down. Okay. All right. So that is, I'm sure a lot of us can really relate to that with our life responsibilities. And we're just really going to talk about, what we can do to kind of make some improvement. So let's get started with my girlfriends. So again, we got CEO Chanel and Broken Busy Bree. Okay. So first up, drop a 1 in the chat if you're like CEO Chanel and you treat your business like a real business and you act like a CEO. Drop a 2 in the chat if you think of crafting as a side hustle and you lack the confidence to charge your worth. Who you with? This is as most ones as I think I've ever seen. I like it. I wonder if y'all's ones are going to stay consistent. I'm going to come back at the end and ask y'all about this for my people that are dropping ones, because I wonder when we're done with these questions, are your ones still going to be ones? Okay. All right. And there's no 1.5s. I saw the 1.5. We're one or the other on this one. Okay. All right. So that was the first one. So now, again, this is for you, because the first thing with your mindset is being honest with yourself, because it doesn't matter what you know, it matters what you do. So, number two, CEO Chanel focuses on steady income and incorporates trends when it's financially beneficial. And Broken Busy Bree, she's chasing every craft and trend. She out there right now watching all the YouTube videos, trying to figure out how to do the fans, but she don't even have a website yet. She's out there trying to figure out how to do these vending washing machines and Valentine's Day phone cards, and she don't even have no website yet. People are still hopping in her DMs, okay? She out here buying all this extra stuff and she's not ready for it, okay? So again, we're being honest with ourselves tonight. Let me go on to number three. So Chanel allocates her profits from her business to grow her business strategically. And Bree is buying tons of crafting supplies with personal funds. She's using her personal money for everything. She has a serious stockpile when her business is not flowing. Like Bree could literally go out this weekend. Today's Thursday. Bree can get ready for a Saturday. Okay. Bree could go get ready for Saturday without having to buy nothing. She could go make some tumblers for a vending event. She could go make some t-shirts for this vending event. She could go do so much for the vending event because she just buys all the crafting supplies and she has the stuff, but she not growing her business yet. She's not growing her business yet. She's not really making money the way that she wants to yet. Okay. So again, no shame here. We're just, we're identifying. Oh, I'm so sorry. Bree on the call says, I feel attacked. I'm so sorry you feel attacked, Boo. We're just keeping it real tonight. I was Bree at one point. I had to recognize these things. And I'm a smarty pants. I told you guys I got my PhD from the University of Georgia. So I'm used to being in school all the time. And when it came to my business, it was just like reading and learning and taking everything in. And I didn't realize that none of it mattered if I wasn't executing. So one day my coach said to me, something along the lines of, one of my coaches said to me, all right, so here's all the stuff you know, but then I want you to take all this stuff that you know, and I want you to tell me what you're actually executing on. And sometimes coaching really isn't about what you know, it's about pushing you to execute, right? So no shame there, Bree. That was for you. Okay. Monique said I was Bree yesterday. Yes, Michaels is going out of business, y'all. So let's talk about that too. Michaels is going out of business. Who else are we putting out of business? We putting Party City out of business. And that's because people want custom experiences. Joanne's is going out of business, okay? Joanne's sales is not there yet. They were not good enough for me. I actually went in and I made a reel and I was like, you know what? This is negative. I don't want to be seen in a negative light. But I was very upset that I wasted my time driving over there for those sales because they were not selling. But then Party City sales were 10 out of 10. Not all of the Michaels guys, just some of their stores are closing. All of their flagships are staying open. They're only closing some of their stores. I'm sorry, I should have led with that. But they are downsizing. The point is they're downsizing. So the point is, guys, we have to continuously be evolving, or we'll literally get stuck like Blockbuster in a Netflix world. We have to evolve. We have to learn the new things. We have to make sure that we have systems and processes going on. Okay. So someone said something good too, which we'll talk about later. They said we need to be buying wholesale, which is true. But now with these new tariffs in place, numbers is going to look real crazy. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. All right. So back to CEO Chanel and Broken Busy Bree. So CEO Chanel prices based on value demand and profit margins. And Bree prices emotionally, undercharges, and feels guilty asking for what she's worth. So drop a 1 for Chanel, drop a 2 for Bree. Okay. We're still pricing emotionally for the most part. I see we're pricing emotionally and you don't want to ask for your worth and you're still taking orders in your DM. Okay. So, all right. So our next one is really looking at marketing. CEO Chanel, she markets consistently with a clear strategy, and Bree is posting randomly and hoping for sales. So let me tell y'all about my boo Bree. She is so fun. She makes the best appetizers. I love going over her house to just kind of hang out and just have a good time. Music is always like perfect, perfect. And the thing with Brie though is she talks a lot about how upset she is that people are still not ordering like she wants them to order. She's talking a lot like the other day she was like, I posted something on social media and I only got 2 likes. And then I was like, well, Bree, can I see your social media page? So I looked at her social media and what I noticed was her page was a private page and she hadn't posted for months before that. So she was a little upset that nobody was responding, but nobody really knows her in the algorithm right now because she doesn't post. So that was just something that she and I kind of talked about. But she's still my friend. So I'm just being honest. I'm sharing her experience so that we can get out of it. So we can change our mindset around that. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that later. But we're going to change our mindset around posting things and hoping for sales, randomly posting on social media, like it's just going to blow up and go viral. And that's really not how the algorithm works. Like it really takes consistency and showing up no matter what that looks like for you. So we'll talk about that. I keep my personal and business page separate. I do like that. Yeah, as you should. So there is, really you're a brand. You are your brand. Most times people are there to buy from you. They're there to support you because they like you, because they know, like, and trust you. So it's okay sharing some of your stuff, but you really should have a good business flow as well. Okay. So let's move on with my friends. So, CEO Chanel uses automations and systems to drive sales while she sleeps. She's waking up to orders regularly, and Broken Busy Brie manually handles everything, and she always feels overwhelmed. She's manually handling everything. People are hopping in her DMs to order. People are texting her to order. People might be emailing her to order. People are calling her to order. And she's just getting a little mixed up. Sometimes people end up in her other inbox that she doesn't get to check regularly. Evelyn said, I'm busted. Finally, a 2. This is the one that'll get you, though. This is the one that'll get you. People will come to your house and place the order. These are the people that I see ready to tussle in the crafter groups online. Like, can you believe that she asked me for a discount or she told me what she wanted to pay? Yes, I can believe that she did that because you don't have a website or your price is listed. So why wouldn't she propose to you what she wants to pay or tell you her budget? I don't get it. Like, what you mad for? You don't have no website up. So you really have to make sure that you are doing your part so that people are not approaching you sideways. If you're running your business sideways, people are going to approach you sideways. Okay. So just something to think about. They're going to think it's a negotiation. So next one, CEO Chanel sells confidently and she offers upsells and she knows how to close. And Broken Busy Brie hesitates to ask for money and she waits for people to buy. Okay. If somebody comes to Bree and they order a t-shirt, she gonna make that t-shirt and keep it moving. If someone comes to Chanel and they want a graduation t-shirt, she gonna say, oh, hey, I'm so excited to make this for you. I want you to check out my bundles though. Who else is coming to the graduation? Do you think that they will want personalized shirts too? Does she have a personalized stole for graduation? Would you like a hat topper? Even though she might not be able to wear it the day of, it's a great memory thing. Are you doing a trunk party? I would love to get you some handmade decorations over for that. What does that grad party look like? Here are all the things that I'm able to service you with, and you can turn a $25 sale into a $1,000 sale, and I'm not exaggerating, okay? Just by asking who else is coming to the graduation. So just some things to think about as we are working on upselling and bundling things. So our next one, CEO Chanel leverages repeat customers and referrals to drive consistent revenue, and Brie always is chasing new customers and starting from scratch. She's not nurturing. She's not sending out emails to her people. She's not texting. She's not looking and saying, okay, they ordered a party package for baby Kennedy last year. So I know this time last year they ordered this for Kennedy. Let me reach out because I know her birthday is coming up to see if they need anything for this year. Do they need custom t-shirts for this year? Do they need custom cupcake toppers for this year? Do they need custom party favors for this year? Do they need custom centerpieces for the party this year? So just something to think about. We want new customers, yes, but we also should be nurturing our old customers because, and I was talking about this in my collective group on one of our calls, and they were just saying like how offended they were that people ask them that they do certain things, and they're like, clearly, and I'm like, well, when's the last time that you posted that you did that thing? People are not just going to remember you for that. I mean, if all of the famous brands have commercials so that they can stay top of mind, why wouldn't you need a commercial? So just think about that. What you're putting out there, your social media, all of that stuff is a commercial. Your emails, your phone calls, those are your commercials to make sure that people know what you do. Okay. Jacqueline said, I don't sell to my coworkers anymore. They always want a lower price. Jacqueline, I want to add this in there as a brief thing. Okay. Because what we want to do is we want to switch that around and say, hey, I absolutely do. And here's my website. And here's the code for 10% off for friends and family, period. That's the discount that you get. You don't even have to explain it further. You've given them your website, they can see your listings, and you've given them a discount code. And nothing else on top of that is to be negotiated. Okay. So it really is just about that mindset shift. If you don't have stuff listed, if you don't stand on business, if you don't stand on your prices, yeah, they're going to do what they want to do. Okay. And that's just, it is what it is with that. All right. So our next one. All right, my friends, CEO Chanel is planning ahead. She batches her work for efficiency. I don't know if I hope my screen is not acting up. She has, she's organizing her orders. I'm gonna stop my screen for no, I'm not. I have these baskets. I'll show y'all again when I turn this screen off in a minute, but organizing her stuff in whatever kind of system she has, baskets and systems that don't cost a lot with order forms and whatever it takes to get that order done. And Bree is scrambling to finish last minute orders and feels behind. She's already working a full-time job. She got to work a full-time job. She got to come do these orders. She got to try to keep up with the people that are DMing with her. She's stressed out about social media because she don't really know how to edit or figure a lot of stuff out. And she's just overwhelmed. Now she's up to 2 o'clock in the morning and she's trying to figure it out. She wants to pull her hair out, but she's trying not to be discouraged because she's passionate about customs and custom items and she really wants to see it through. Okay. So it really is about making sure that you are doing well with this. Okay. Pat said she had to stop the discount code for friends and family because they were giving the code out. Yeah, and something that you can do often with that, Pat, is you can change that code. Okay. Change that code when you set it up, let it expire, and then give it out. You can even give them out and give unique codes out as well. So CEO Chanel uses a website with automated checkout and lead captures. And Broken Busy Bree takes orders through DMs and constantly forgets to follow up. So again, we are 1 for CEO Chanel and we are 2 for Bree. So do you have a website or not? Are you taking orders in your DMs or not? Okay. And I'm not going to talk about my friend Bree, but she was saying it was no point in her getting a website because even if she got a website, that had nothing to do with her custom orders because people have to send in pictures and give her descriptions of what they want. And I said, well, Bree, Shopify can do that, right? You can just install this little app right here and then they can upload pictures. But I'm going to save that. I built that in for you guys. So I'm going to actually be sharing tonight one of my websites with you so I can show you how easy it is to incorporate those things. Angela said, it's hard for me to sell. I always get scammers. Yeah, them scammers are out there for sure. But we'll talk about that a little bit more. It's also about your presentation. And even though I love AI and I love mock-ups, making sure you have authentic visuals as well. All right, so next one, CEO Chanel, invest in coaching and systems and growth. Broken Busy Bree tries to figure out everything alone or with YouTube University and gets discouraged. She wonders why it's not changing for her. She wonders why. She went on and she went and learned about all these new things. She learned these new methods. She learned how to make the fan. She learned what she needed to do to sublimate, and she still just couldn't figure it out. Okay. Tori says Shopify was hard and expensive. Tori, you might just be missing some stuff there because I promise you, I have several Shopify pages, several Etsy pages, and it's really not hard. It's not hard. You just have to know how to do some things. You have to really understand SEO, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So CEO Chanel focuses on building generational wealth and passive income. I think this is the last one. And Broken Busy Bree struggles to make enough to cover expenses. She has been supporting her side hustle for years. She has been doing orders where she's not even making a profit. Somebody ordered one t-shirt and she went and got 10 blank t-shirts, and she ordered several transfers, and she didn't even do nothing with the transfer. She still got them. She didn't even use them to make content to grow. They're just sitting there. She got t-shirt transfers from 2 years ago. Okay. So again, that's my boo Bree, but we really want to work on, I gotta get Bree and Chanel in the same room so we can start closing some of these gaps. Okay. So that is just a little bit about what I want you to think about surrounding mindset, because it does matter. And it does matter when you work on taking these steps to run a business besides just thinking about the crafting. I'm gonna show y'all crafting stuff. We're gonna talk about methods and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm here to serve people that want to grow a business. So I really want you to put your business hat on, not just your crafter hat. You got to juggle all the things, right? I want you to think about growing your business. Okay. April said, I got transfers from when I first started. Again, I'm not talking about you, April. I'm just saying, okay? Stephanie said, get out my house. This is so good. Thank you so much. So we will talk about a lot of stuff. Let's get through it. And don't forget, guys, if you have any questions, drop them in Q&A. I will answer every single question tonight. I won't leave until I answer every question tonight, okay? So that was that. So the next one, we're going to go into the second quarter, which is make, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I want to show y'all some stuff. We're going to talk about some other things now, okay? I want to show y'all a few things that I have going on over here. And let me pull some things up, okay? So I had to take notes because if I don't, we will be here for 4 hours, y'all. The people in the collective can tell y'all our calls, I would just go on and on. I'll be making up extra calls just so I can talk to them more. Sinquetta said, will there be a replay? Jason, can you drop the link to the bundle? I did have a bundle for you guys. It was $19.99. There is no pressure. Tonight is completely free, but if you did want the additional resources and unlimited replays, you are welcome to check out that bundle. Okay. All right, so we're going to talk about make next, and I want to talk about some things you should be thinking about making now. So some of the things that I'm always pushing, I told you guys planning is important, forecasting is important. I want you to think about Dollar Tree. I want you to think about Walmart. I want you to think about Target, and I want you to think about upcoming holidays and how they're always prepared and how they do not wait until the week before to start promoting whatever is going on at that time period. Well, as a crafter, you also have to have that same foresight, okay? So when I talk about make, the other really important thing for us to address is that some stuff is not seasonal, okay? People have birthdays all year round. People have anniversaries all year round. People are closing on homes all year round. There are so many things that are stable. Sports seasons are going on all year round. So there are ways that you can get your website set up so that the money is just flowing in consistently with the stable things, and then you can add on those holidays so that you can bring in extra money as well. So some of the things we want to think about, I'm going to go through some of the seasons that are upcoming that we're looking at, and then I'm going to actually show you some physical things, and I'll kind of get some information from you guys because I want to learn what you're doing. Yes, someone said funerals are all year round, and yes, they are. Okay, that is a good one. Memorial is a good one too, that we can help support people that are grieving by providing custom items as well. So we're thinking about grad season right now. We're thinking about Easter, even though Easter is going to be far gone soon. The cutest little Easter bunny things, guys. I was making all of these super cute. I don't know if y'all saw those teddy bears that Walmart put on clearance, but I was selling them customized with the little Easter hats that I got from Dollar Tree. I can't move them because I done got all this personalized stuff I want to show y'all right here, but they were so adorbs. So don't forget about Easter. Mother's Day is coming up. Father's Day is coming up. Teacher Appreciation Week is coming up. Nurses Appreciation Week is coming up. And thinking about summer parties and reunions and wedding season. Wedding season #1 is coming up because there are 2 major wedding seasons. We got Juneteenth coming up. Baby showers are coming up. So much coming up. Yes, so that's so good. Okay. So now let's talk about some crafting methods to maximize your profits. And when I go through these, guys, just drop in the chat and let me know if you do this or if you want to do it. If you want to do it, but you haven't started yet, I know that I have some newbies in the room. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're a newbie and you're not actually selling anything yet. So, hey, newbies. So again, I have to give my rule before I start showing you guys some stuff. I have a lot of newbies in the room too. I have a lot of newbies in the room too. Remember that we are not running out and buying everything, okay? So at some point at the end, I'm going to tell you guys, where would I start? Or even if I was already crafting, what is the next thing that I would be going on to after I mastered that one thing, okay? If I already have a Cricut, but the Cricut just isn't enough, what would I do from there? If I already had, and that's all my cutters, not just Cricut. I'm not hating Silhouette, Cameo, HTV has a cutter. But where would I go from there? I'm already making DTFs. Where would I go from there? So I'll kind of talk about a logical order that makes sense based on popularity, based on sales. And we'll kind of talk about that a little bit, okay? All right. So again, I do see some question marks, but I want to remind you guys, make sure you drop all of your questions in Q&A. I will take some questions in just a minute, and then we'll move on to halftime. Well, halftime. All right. So for make, where are all my cutters at? Like if you have a Cricut or a Silhouette, um, where are all my cutters at? Drop it for me. Hey, Cameo. I'm sorry, no disrespect. I'm not, this is not like an iPhone versus Android thing. All the cutters, I love you. Get that file, do what you need to do, make the party favorites, make all the things. I am a Cricut lover. I have every single Cricut that they've ever made, including the Cricut Cake, where you used to cut fondant. It's been discontinued. They also had a handheld designer, like a video game, which I also love. It's also discontinued. But I also really like Silhouette, and I love Silhouette software, especially for sublimation printing. Okay, so my Cricut is actually sitting right here. My baby's sitting. I'm scared I'm gonna mess this up, but here's my one of my Cricuts sitting right here on my desk. I have about I have about 6 Cricuts in the craft house. Oh, I didn't tell you guys, I own a craft house. I work out of my craft house, so I'm not at home. So I work in my craft house, and it's really fun. I'm gonna take you on a tour in a little bit. It's a hot mess, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do in a little bit. So those are my Cricut people. So I love that. So next up, I have, where are my sublimation people at? Who is subbing? So let me know if you're subbing. So let me show you guys some sublimation stuff. And this is especially for my newbies, but this is also for my people who, you might be a master at one craft and thinking about adding other stuff. So I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know stuff that I can sublimate and stuff that I usually outsource and use a vendor for, okay? So this is sublimation right here. This is just a pillowcase. I haven't stuffed it yet. I made this for my baby girl. She's 1. Her name is Carissa, and she loves Miss Houston. She loves TT Rachel. She loves TT Monica, and she loves TT Houston too. So these are some of her favorite people when she's learning, but that's her fave right now. Miss Houston is that teacher that got fired because she got a BBL. So then she went and started her own YouTube channel, and we are in full support. Okay. So it is so fun to see. So this is sublimation there. That, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I ordered it. It cost me $8. It is something that I can make. I have a whole storage room of blanks because I also have a blank shop. But it is something that I ordered because sometimes I like convenience. So that was something I ordered. For my grab pillows, I typically do most of those in-house just because of the turnaround time. But when I have a little bit of time, and I can plan, sometimes I outsource things, okay? This is also sublimation. So these are outsourced. These are oven mitts. Now I do sew, y'all, but I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I outsource these, okay? I could have made it myself and sewn it together, but one thing I'm gonna tell you guys, when it comes to strategy, that's what I'm the queen of. I know how to strategize at this point. I used to have to make everything myself. I used to want to do everything myself. I had to make my own content. I had to figure it out myself. I had to learn myself. I had to implement new skills by myself. Like everything was just on me, and I felt like I was going to explode. So I made sure that, I start outsourcing. These are sublimation. These sneakers are sublimation. So in my sports challenge, I did like a whole entire series about this kind of stuff. So print on demand is huge, and I love outsourcing those things. Um, so that was my son. This is one of my kids. I told you I got 4. It's a lot of them. My daughter said he looks like it's the commercial, like for an accident lawyer. But these things are so nice. They are high quality. And I forgot to tell you, I think the purchase price for those sneakers was only about $13, a little bit more with shipping, but still the profit margin for very little work is huge. And this is how I made $2 million as a crafter, by not trying to do everything myself, by knowing what to make in-house and what to outsource, okay? What else do I have that's subbed? All right, so here's some in-house stuff here. This is a wine box, guys. I do have some really cool stuff, some other stuff I can show you too. This is a wine box. So I like to print custom labels for wine, and then you can put them into the wine boxes. So that's a wine box. I also have I have all kind of stuff in this office. Charcuterie board, but I'm not gonna go too into detail. This is one of my best sellers, and it has the pieces in it, charcuterie pieces in it. That's one of my best sellers there. I love it. Um, but this is sublimation. This, y'all, this is 10 feet by 8 feet. And you'll see it in the video during halftime when I go over on the craft house how big it is. That is sublimated. Here's a blanket, y'all. I love this blanket. I also have a Snuggie version of it, which is hanging in my closet at home right now. I had it on yesterday, but here's a blanket with my brand on it. Don't forget to order stuff for your brand too. Don't just serve other people. Make sure that you're enjoying your branding, your stuff. So this is a sublimation blanket under my feet, which unfortunately I can't show you guys, but it's a huge rug. So I have a custom rug right under my feet. I love this rug. I vacuum it and keep it clean. So when I'm working very, very long days at the craft house, I'm nice and comfortable. And then also, guys, this is sublimation because again, we're focused on bulk orders. We'll do little orders when we feel like it. I don't do little orders as much anymore, but this is a uniform, okay? So I only have the top here, but I think when I do the tour of the craft house, you guys will get to see a top and a bottom. And if y'all check out some of my content, you guys can see a lot of stuff there. So I'm showing you a variety of things to serve different groups, right? We've just looked at, how you can serve a lot of different people with that. And let's go through some other methods. Okay, so DTF. Do I have any DTF printers? DTF for my newbie stands for direct to film. Direct to film print. And then I do have a commercial DTF printer that I spent $35,000 on, which I absolutely do not love. And I'll tell you guys that in a video. And if I'm going to be completely honest with you, because it is so much work. Now, like I got my printer so long ago when they first came out, like it wasn't a thing to outsource at the time. It wasn't a ton of people selling it. So I bought the big equipment. Then I did do very well with it, but I love me some DTF, even though I sublimate. So the t-shirt I have on now, I print a ton of these. I printed one for all my collective members. I'm just waiting for my boxes that got caught up in the tariff nonsense to send them out. But this is a DTF shirt. I'm obsessed with them. I print these all the time. Every single time I do a masterclass or something, somebody probably thinks I'm wearing the same exact shirt, and it's not. It's definitely a new one. But that is DTF. So DTF is good for that. And you also have something called UV DTF where you can use it on hard surfaces. So definitely make sure you're outsourcing for that, okay? April said I didn't pay that much, but I bought one and love it. Maintenance has been good. Yeah, I wish I would have waited until it hit the market a little bit longer before investing in one. I also wish that they were transparent on how much work it was to upkeep and how you really can't walk away. Like in my mind, I'm like, oh, I got a DTF printer. Yay. I'm gonna press print and I'm gonna make millions of dollars and I'm gonna walk away and it's just gonna run. And it just wasn't the case. It took a lot of work. Okay. So that, what else do I have? Do I have anybody that has a white toner printer? I don't love white toner printers. I don't love them. I do have one. I don't love it. I'm just gonna say that. Okay, we're gonna skip over that one. How about embroidery? Do I have anyone that does embroidery? I love embroidery. Let me show y'all some. I don't have a ton of stuff in here because I wasn't about to bring all these clothes and stuff in here, but I'll just show you my favorite things to embroider. These are called cubbies. So I embroider a ton of cubbies. So these are cubbies and I love cubbies. I'll show you guys my embroidery machines in just a minute during halftime. Epoxy. Do I have any epoxy queens in the building? Epoxy is not my ministry, besties. I wanted to love it. I'm gonna give it another shot. I've done some cute pieces, but it just does not love me back. I think I walked away from, I was trying to cover some tumblers and like a piece of hair got on there and I didn't notice until it was dry and I just couldn't take it. It was just too much. It was too emotional for me. But yeah, epoxy is definitely my sister is like an epoxy expert, and we also have a few people in the community that does wild stuff. Like somebody does 3D, these amazing 3D tumblers. Her name is Jessie. We also have Corrine in the collective that does a lot with epoxy. So I really love to see when they come up with amazing stuff, and a lot of other people as well. Okay, so what about sign printers? Do we have any printers? Do we have anybody that has a wide format printer? So I love those as well. Lots of things you can do with those. Those are for yard signs and posters and big 3D cutouts. So those are some of the things that you can think about. Also 3D cutters, any 3D cutters, 3D printers or laser cutters. So I had this stuff at work, but I'm retiring this year, guys. I just want to spend all of my time. I love teaching. I'm gonna miss my baby so much, but I love this so much too. And I just had to give something up. So I'm giving the classroom up and I'll be at the craft house every day, full time, but then I get my nights back. So I'm really excited about that. So I just got a laser cutter. I got the 4-in-1, a new 4-in-1 printer and laser cutter, and then also some 3D printers. So I'm really excited about that. All right, because I can't use my stuff at work anymore, obviously, because I'm not going to be there. And then my people that use print on demand. And then, of course, the one thing I cannot leave behind, I see Davita says I have a glow forge. I love it. Is outside of that, like I said, POD is really big. And then digital products. Digital products are major. We need to get you guys up and running with a digital product shop. You don't have to be super talented. You don't have to be an amazing designer. AI does so much these days. Like, I wish we had more time. I wish I had time to train on Canva, bring my other coaches on this call, but we don't. So I'm going to go through a lot of stuff. I really want to make sure that you guys have the foundations for make, market, and monetize, so that you can win there. Okay. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. So I hope that that brings some foresight for my people that are experienced, as well as my people that are newbies, where you can go and which you can use to grow. So before we hit the next pillar, let me see if it was supposed to be halftime. Let me get back to this presentation and just reminding you guys to make sure that you stay on until the end. We are not giving out the checklist via email or text. So if y'all text for that, that's not something that we're giving out. I'm sorry. I can get the screen back up. So make sure that if you want a copy of the checklist, that you guys are staying on for that. And I love y'all, but I don't already told Jason, because it's been using too much of his time, people asking, that he does not have to respond to every single one of those requests about emailing it, because it is something that we give on in the live call. Okay, so make sure that you guys are on for that. So I'm going to share my screen with you again, and I'm going to give you a tour of the craft house. Yeah, Canva can be a little tricky, but once you get it, it is life. So we'll do our halftime thing. I'll answer a few questions, and then we'll go into quarter 3 and quarter 4 and wrap it up. Okay. All right. So these are the gifts I'm giving away too, but let's go ahead. I'm going to share with you guys. This is a video. I took it, I think, about a few weeks ago. I think I set the date in the video, but I wanted to share this with you guys. The craft house is a mess, but again, we're best friends, so I want to be transparent. I always encourage the crafters in my community and the people that I coach to show up imperfect, okay? Because you never know who you're going to inspire. You never know who's going to be there to support you, somebody that you can serve, somebody that you can help. So things don't have to be perfect. Content does not have to be perfect. Your makeup does not have to be perfect. Your hair does not have to be perfect. Your craft room does not have to be perfectly clean and organized with all of the aesthetics, okay? So let's think about unaesthetic, and let's think about real life, and let's think about what's actually going on in the world and showing up as yourself and not getting so caught up in social media. So here is a short tour of the craft house, and then we'll move on. Hey y'all, I wanted to take you on a quick tour before our class gets started. Very unconventional. Don't judge my content on this one. I'm running out of time before class starts, so here we go. Right now I'm in my office. It looks really crazy in here. Don't judge me. It's been a crazy busy day. I was getting things ready for the event and went to Party City and just doing all the things getting ready. So I'm walking through now. This is my storage room. One of them, I have a downstairs that's full of storage too. So the craft house is 2 floors, but I only really use one. Downstairs, we got some other stuff going on. This is one of my printers that I love. And my laminator, I have a few laminators. I cannot live without them, seriously. I also just keep like a bunch of my blanks and stuff out here as well because they're so easy to get to and use. Right now, I'm in the middle of sending out some gifts to my collective members. So it's been a long time coming. So trying to get that done and in the mail. Here is a wall with just some of my blanks and fun things. I totally need to revamp that, but again, I'm showing up for you. Done is better than perfect. I am executing imperfectly, and I want you to do the same. Here are my mannequins. I really need to name them, so let me know if you have some name suggestions. I'm open. And this is where I kind of teach. When we're having in-person classes, this is where I teach. I do some of my virtual stuff there too. This is my vibe board. I love it. It's my bestie. This is a great backdrop that I actually make these and sell these as well. And by make, I mean I work with a vendor to have them done because that is how we improve ourselves. And I keep some really cute stuff over here too. So I have a custom sign here, some custom sneakers. These are sublimation. And then just some simple things that you can make with your printer. I love me a good custom wine label. And you also can sublimate the top of these. Again, so many blanks. I'm also a party girly. I used to be an event planner, so I love the cute little simple things. I'm so excited about our upcoming events, by the way. I hope that you come. This is a wine box also. And then these are custom wine and cheese boards that you can sublimate. Up here, we got a lot going on, okay? So we have a football program. This is an acrylic sign for that. This is a 3D necklace, and then this is an example of a direct-to-film print right there, which we'll talk about a little bit in class. And here is something else that's sublimated that I love. These are oven mitts. Like when I tell you you can get everything sub, you seriously. There's so many things. I really need to bring the custom PJs of me and my husband. They are 10 out of 10. So is this one done? I'm not sure. So this one is blank, but I do have one that's done in my office. This is also a wine and cheese board that you can sublimate on. They're custom. They come with all the pieces. I am obsessed. I have sold so many of those. You know what I also sold a ton of, oddly? Dog bowls. It's the strangest thing. But when I tell you that the riches are in niches, like they say, they mean it is such a real thing. I have some party favorite stuff here, y'all, until my kids tore it up. So they ripped the labels off, they ate the fruit snacks. My son's birthday party was here this past weekend, so we had a lot going on. I love embroidery, so I do a ton of embroidery, which I'll share with you too. Let's see, we're about to go into uncharted territories. Guys, again, don't judge me. I have some signs here. This was a really big grass sign. I'll open that up eventually. More equipment and stuff that I'm hooking up because I can never get enough and just trying to work through orders fast. Some more supplies there. At my job, we have 3D printers and we have cutters and all kind of fun things, but I don't have them at the craft house. So I've been investing in some of that equipment for the craft house. So I just got a cutter for the craft house. I'm so excited. Walking through the kitchen. Now I'm in my press room, which is also crazy. Y'all have to just forgive it. Again, I am doing orders like back to back to back, getting stuff out, trying to make it to the post office. Over here, I keep some of my blanks and some of my shipping stuff and more printers. This is a white toner printer. Another printer I would use for either sub or party favors, and just another color printer at the bottom there. So that's cool. And then this is one of my favorite rooms besides my office. I keep more blanks down here. I keep all of my stuffed animal blanks between here and downstairs. So I have a lot of stuff, a lot of blanks of these little cuties, and then a lot of my equipment. So here are some of my embroidery machines. Yay, I love to embroider. Embroidery is bae. Excuse my Walmart boxes and some leftover birthday gifts for my son. But this is my direct to film printer. I do not recommend. I do have one. Again, the point is not for you to go out and buy everything. I'm just sharing with you guys. I have a bunch of stuffed animals that all of them will be sold. My daughter started the cutest little business and she's going to sell everything. Let's go outside. And this looks crazy back here, but we're on about 7 acres. We also have some vans that we rent out and some vehicles that we rent out. There's my party tent. It looks so small from up here, but it actually seats over 100 people. So we do have some family events and stuff there. I love coming outside of the craft house, just taking walks. We are going to build our forever home here all the way in the back beyond those trees. So I'm so excited. And then here's the front. So we have a pond. It's just so relaxing and peaceful. So I love it here. And this is where I work all the time. So I hope that you guys can make it to an intensive or come hang out. And let's get started with class. All right, so that was a little bit of the craft house for you guys to see. So that's where I work. A lot of stuff looks really different right now. I'm going to take a few questions and then we are going to move forward with the second half of the class, which I'm going to kind of pick the pace up in the second half. So just stick with me. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you. Yeah, I was a little nervous about making the video because I'm like, it is a mess in here. But if I waited until it was perfectly clean, which is typically only on the days that I do in-person classes, you guys would have been waiting forever for the tour because I'm just doing orders, right? That's the whole goal, to be busy. So I will not complain about being busy. So I'm going to go ahead and answer just a few questions and then we're going to keep it moving. I'm going to be moving pretty fast. Jacqueline asks, I use designsbundles.net, Creative Fabrica, Kittle, and Canva. Is that a good investment? I love, I do have Creative Fabrica. I do enjoy Kittle. If you're using it, it's worth it. If you're not going to use it, then don't. I do like its advanced themes. Actually, this Jacqueline, I made on Kittle. So this is actually a combo between Kittle and Canva. So I do like both of them. So I hope that helps. Enter live, enter that. How do I get to open my online store? Which app do I use? Is Wix. I do not like Shopify. It's hard for me to do. So I do know some people use Wix. I can say that in my community, the collective, a lot of people that had Wix when they came in did switch over to Shopify because it is unmatched when it comes to the things that you can integrate. So those integrations are so amazing that it's really nice to have Shopify. Because it just makes it very easy for you to sell as a crafter, as a customizer. So when we get, I will show you guys some of my favorite features on the website when we get to that point. So I hope that helps. My question is, if I have a website to sell my stuff, how do I advertise my website and bring traffic to my website? That is a great question. I will answer that as soon as we get to the next one, which is marketing. We're talking about marketing next. What do you do if you get big, but you can't afford to hire any help? If you are growing and getting really big, but you cannot afford to hire help, we need to have a bigger question about how you're running your business and your expenses. Because if you are charging properly, you should very well, with steady income from your orders, be able to bring somebody in part-time to help. Regina says, creating websites and stores, do you have to have an LLC? You do not have to have an LLC. Like, you can start your Etsy or your TikTok shop with your personal information, but I do highly recommend you have your LLC. Again, while I do have a $2 million crafting business, I also manage a large real estate portfolio with my husband. So we have a lot of real estate investments because the goal is generational wealth, right? And with that being said, it is good to make sure that everything is protected. You want to keep things protected. You want to make sure that, you have your living trust set up and that your trust and your businesses own everything so that you own nothing, right? Because what you're doing is you're making yourself very liable and you're putting yourself at great risk when you're running your business just out of your name. So let's just go through a hypothetical scenario. You get into a car accident, your teenager gets into a car accident, somebody gets into a car accident, and it's your fault. And you don't have an LLC or a trust that owns your business. And you're liable for that. They can sue you for everything that you have, right? So you want to make sure that you're keeping your assets protected outside of that. So having an LLC is a blessing. My LLC in my state, it varies per state, but to renew my LLCs yearly, because I have several, it's about $50 to $55 each, and it's totally worth it. I also get a ton of tax write-offs, so it's worth it. And I actually had a great accountant come in and do a whole session on taxes for the collective that's actually recorded in our back end for all of our members to review as well. But it's definitely important that you have an LLC, so don't give up on that. And Corman said, that's funny, Carmen. How do I stage items and do good photos? Good lighting. I love natural daylight, Esther. I think it's the best way to go. Also, just getting real people to wear stuff. Get real people to wear stuff. Get people to model your stuff. Don't be afraid to make stuff just to make it. I want you to intentionally say, hey, I'm gonna give myself a budget of X, Y, and Z to practice, to make mistakes, to give things away, to get good pictures, to get good feedback, to have good samples, to have things that I can go live with, so that I can display on my vending event tables. Like, make sure that you're giving yourself room to make outside of your order so that you can grow in that way. Okay. Nicole said, when you outsource, do you make the design and send to a supplier? What do you use to design? Sometimes I design directly on a platform depending on who the POD person is. Some POD people have it built in so that you can design on their platform, but typically even then I typically design my stuff on Canva and then I upload it onto different platforms. So that is typically how I do it. But also, if I don't have time, I have outsourced designs as well. I've hired people to do designs for me so that I didn't even have to do them. So depending on the job, sometimes it just makes sense for me to do it that way. Do you have a vendor list or where you outsource at? Yes, that is something that I provide to my community, the collective. How do you turn your Epson 15,000 into a sublimation printer? It's actually pretty simple, Leslie. When you get it, everyone talks about converting, which is pretty scary. I just taught a whole class on this too. And I have some videos showing you how to convert it, but it literally is just as simple as when you get the new printer, put the correct ink in it. Don't put regular printer ink in there, and then you're good to go. And that's just how you convert. You buy the printer, you put the right ink in there, and then you're good to go. I'm gonna take about a few more questions and I'll circle back in a minute. How do you do the 3D sub? Um, I don't know exactly what you mean by that. So can you please come back and kind of clarify that? Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get into marketing. So our next quarter is marketing. We have 2 more quarters left until we are out of here. So we are going to talk a little bit about marketing at this point. Oh, too fast. And for marketing, there are some things that I'm going to cover with you. So I had to take notes on this one because it's going to be a lot of information in a little bit of time. I feel so behind. Everyone feels so experienced. You're not. And I'm going to be honest with you. No offense to my experienced people, but I love my newbies. So I have a lot of people in the collective that are new. And when I tell you, like, they shoot up so far and so fast because they're not know-it-alls and because they're coachable and they're willing to learn and they're willing to say, okay, I'll try it this way, coach. Good. They are the people that oftentimes can go really far. And then the people that are advanced that are coachable, then they also are able to go far. So remember that you're not competing against anybody, but two, it's very possible for even my newbies to grow fast. But I want you to remember to always run your own race and run your own pace. And my daughter is a track runner, right? And she's very good. And something that we say, she runs for a very competitive track team. But something that we tell her is she's only focused on her PR because sometimes she's so worried about beating the next person, right? And we're not worried about beating anybody else. We're focused on our personal record. What does that look like as a crafter? What does that mean as a crafter? That means that if I made $500 last month and I say, grad season's coming up, I really want to make $1,000. My goal is to make $1,000. I'm not worried about somebody else's goal who is to make $2,000. I'm worried about my profit and what my financial goal was. Okay. I'm worried about my 50K months. I'm worried about what I have going on. So you don't really want to compare yourself to others. Comparison is the thief of joy. Okay. So my newbies, no need to get intimidated. You guys can really take off and get going in that way. Okay. So with marketing, why you're not selling consistently, why you are not bringing in consistent income, because you're inconsistent and you're underpricing and you don't have a marketing plan. So I want to talk a little bit about what that looks like. So I'm going to talk about what works. Yes, I have my notes here because again, if I don't, we'll be here all night and I got to get us through this. So what works? TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, groups, reels. Something that my group, the collective, is actually doing right now is something called the 500 challenge. So I kind of taught a course, a quick course on something that I've created called the 500 challenge. And what it does is it takes them through all these different areas because everybody's stuck on social media. But I really did my first 2 million as a crafter, not a coach, just had nothing to do with coaching at all. But I did my first $2 million as a crafter, focused on the people. I focused on building relationships. I focused on bulk orders. I focused on organic connections, and I had systems. I literally had charts that said, these are all of the groups that I'm going to reach out to today. I know their rules. I know the days that I'm allowed to post, and this is how I'm going to get in there. I'm going to ask my friends and family and everyone else occasionally. I'm going to go and say, hey guys, when you see somebody asking about t-shirts, can you please send in my website or at least tag me in the post? So there are so many ways, word of mouth. There are so many ways, asking for referrals. There are so many ways, like having bartered relationships. There are so many ways to get your stuff and your information up and out there. And then also just going directly to people and asking for the sale. Sometimes people don't know what they want until you bring it to them. Okay. So I could sit here and put 100% into making reels and waiting for something to happen, or I could try and do both. Why do I want to do both? Because most real estate agents are not looking at my social media. Most real estate agents are not looking to see that I have the perfect closing gifts for them to offer their clients, or the perfect baskets for them to offer their clients. Most people are not looking to see that as a crafter, they're not searching on my page to see that I do athletic wear for athletes. Okay. They're not looking to see that I make custom sneakers or custom uniforms or any of those things. Most doctors and nurses are not looking on my page to see that I do bulk orders for hospitals and organizations, or polos for daycare staffs. There are so many people out there. So also it is about pitching as well. So just something that we kind of look at. So ManyChat automations for marketing works well too. So ManyChat automations is something that I really love. That's when you are giving what's called a CTA, which is a call to action. Newbies, don't lose me. All right, I'll kind of wrap stuff up. I'll answer your questions at the end. Drop your questions in Q&A. But it's called something called a call to action. So sometimes you guys are posting and you're not even putting a caption, or you'll put something crazy like, this is cute. You're not going in and saying, hey y'all, look at this money mindset tea I got. Money mindset is so important because X, Y, and Z. I would love to make one of these shirts for you. And if you want to order one of these shirts, drop mindset in the chat and I'm going to send you the link so that you can order the tea. That is a call to action. So when they drop mindset right in the chat for me, it is going to go the link to my website is going to be sent directly to them. It's going to directly DM them. I didn't have to look at it. I was asleep. I was at my kids' practices. I was at dinner with my husband. I was out having a bonfire in the back of the craft house. But they're just going to drop that one word, and whatever it is they're asking for, it's going to go ahead and roll out to them. This might be something that I made a whole month ago, guys, that I scheduled. So scheduling your posts and automating, that is how you succeed. That's how you win. Because we're going to have bad days. We're going to have days that we don't feel like it. We're going to have days where our day at work was crazy, where our little people or the people that depend on us need us and our plans got shifted. But preparation beats all of that. Okay. So these are things that you can set up in advance. Okay. All right. So ManyChat automations, pitching the schools, teams, and clubs, email marketing. So those are all of, some of the big things that I definitely suggest for you to grow in that area. Okay. So our last pillar is monetize. I know this is so fast, guys. But we got to get through some stuff and I want to respect your time. Again, I will stay on and answer all of your questions at the end. So our last one, let's go into monetize. I don't think I really had too much in here besides what I needed to talk to you about. I didn't make a ton of slides for monetize. Nope, it's just this one. So this is unnecessarily dramatic. So we're Q4. We made it to the end of the game. So stay into the end. I can't wait to give some of these prizes out. I want you guys to get the checklist. You will love the checklist, whether you're a newbie or you're experienced. Everybody gets that checklist for free. So make sure that you guys stay on. You made it this far. Make sure you stay on and you reap the rewards. Okay. All right. So our last quarter is monetize. And this last one, why you're not making money again, you're underpricing and you're not upselling and bundling and you don't have automation set up. And it's really just that simple. You either don't have websites, or your websites don't look good, your websites are not optimized, your SEO, which is search engine optimization, is not popping, which means that you're listing titles and tags and descriptions. The math isn't mathing. It might be that your listing description pictures look real dry, or that you completely relied on AI, but your whole website looks like it could be fake. And people are wondering if it's real. They just are not sure. Okay. So just some things to think about. So how to fix it? What you're going to do is you're going to bundle and upsell. In addition to offering you can offer that t-shirt, but when they buy the t-shirt, your website should automatically pop up and be like, hey, we noticed you got this t-shirt. Would you like to add this custom tumbler for 20% off that matches the t-shirt? Or would you like to add a second t-shirt on in a different size or a different color for 20% off? So there's so many different ways that you can upsell. If you're offering grad items, you're not just going to do one thing, you're also going to sell bundles so that people get entire bundles. And you say, hey, I would love to make you a t-shirt for graduation, but here are all of my grad packages. So go ahead and check those out. It's the same thing for birthday presents. Like, talk to your customers, get to know them. Sure, I would love to make the birthday t-shirts for Chris. Absolutely. Do you guys have centerpieces for Chris's party? Do you need anything else? Do you want to make him some custom gifts? What's his favorite stuff? I can make him a custom all over hoodie that he'll love, or a custom robe, or some custom PJs. Like, you just really got to get in there and talk to your customers. People like to spend money, okay? People are coming to you as a small business because they want to support you. They want to support your business. They see you're putting yourself out there. They see you're doing well. They want to support you. You have to give them the opportunity to do so. Because if they just wanted something plain and basic, they would have went right to Amazon so stuff could be on their doorstep the next morning between 7 and 11. Okay. So really think about upselling to them and getting the work in that way. Okay. So the next thing you're going to do is make sure that you have, like I said, your website is non-negotiable. If you want to grow, if you want to scale, if you want to get to those 10K months, you have to have some kind of streamlined processes, or you're going to be working way too hard and killing yourself unnecessarily. You have a lot of late nights if you don't have systems in place. So one thing I'm going to do in just a second, I'm going to share some of my websites with you, because I just want to show you why you should use it. Like, people keep saying Etsy don't work. I'm about to show you that Etsy works. People keep saying, oh, Shopify, no, it's too hard, it's too difficult. No, I'm gonna show you how basic and easy it was for me to start a Shopify page that I made in 1 week that made almost $18,000 in 1 week. It took me an hour to set it up. It took me an hour to grab the domain, make the mock-ups, set it up, and start taking orders. Okay. So I really want you to look at that and see it. And I'm going to show you that in just a second. And then also creating passive income for yourself using print on demand and digital products, which are also very important. Okay. So I'm going to show you these websites, and then we are going to move on. All right, so for this first website, we don't have a lot of time, but again, Etsy works. I just want to show you that it works. I have several six-figure Etsy shops. This is just one of them. With I don't want to say very little effort, because I work very hard, but with less than 100K views, I did $288,000 on this Etsy page alone, not to count my other ones, not to count my smaller ones, not to count my digital product shops. This is just one Etsy page. And I just want you to see that it works. It wasn't a ton of effort. I don't have like a lot of special fancy listings. I knew what people wanted and I delivered at a very high level. Okay. So it does work if you work it. The other thing I want to share with you is one of my Shopify pages. Again, you can see that most of the money, I have several Shopify pages. I service a lot of clubs and teams. I do bulk orders. So for this Shopify page in particular, you can look here and you can see my gross sales, $18,998, almost $19,000. And this all happened within this short time frame. So you can look and see where the peak of this was. So we did have a few orders before and a few orders after, but there was definitely a peak for this, right? And I want to show you guys how basic it was for me to serve this particular group in this way. Again, 1 hour. I went onto Canva. I filmed a template on Canva that already existed. I took my mock-ups. I dropped them right into boxes on Canva, and I took that header over here and brought it over to Shopify. Okay. I even attached their registration page to make it easy for them to do their registration stuff. And then I look at how basic this is, y'all. Y'all getting so caught up in all the different sections and all the different features that you're not just honoring what's super basic about Shopify. Sometimes you want all the fancy stuff, and that's not what your customer wants. Like a lot of times in this crafting world, you're out here showing stuff that your customer doesn't want. You have to answer their call and what your customer wants and service them in that way. As you can see here, super basic stuff. I offered black and gray and white for the t-shirts, and it was really, really that simple. I took bulk orders. For the most part, all of the orders were placed in a certain time frame. Some of the stuff was embroidered. If you don't do embroidery, you very well can find somebody close by and use them as what's called your private labeler, where you get them to sign an NDA so that they're not going to disclose that they private label for you. You pay them what their rate is as long as it's still profitable for you, and you get them to do your embroidery, okay? But I want you to see this too. Shopify is super easy. Again, start to finish, including all mockups. I sat down at the kitchen table after dinner, in an hour, and this website was up, okay? I installed for them different ways they could pay if they needed it. I had all my sizes on here. I was able to ask them questions to eliminate communication between me and them. Okay. What is your player's register name and what team do they play on? They can put it here. Upload up to 3 images here. They could give me images that they wanted to include in the graphic. What name and number would you like shown? Boom, is here. So already I'm not going back and forth in a DM with them. I'm minding my business. I'm spending time with my kids. I'm going to practices. I'm working. I'm reading. I'm doing the things that I want to do, and I'm completing orders. Okay. So you have to take the work out of it. So that is just some of the stuff that I wanted to share with you when it came to that. Okay. So yeah, that was monetized, which is very important. So drop a 1 for me in the chat and let me know if you got something new to take away tonight. Awesome. And we're not done yet. I still got some more stuff for y'all. I got this checklist for you guys. And I also have some solutions for you, for those of you who are interested in some long-term solutions so that you can grow. I heard you tonight. I hear a lot of people need Shopify help. I hear a lot of people need Canva help. I hear a lot of people need marketing help. I saw somebody say, what's CapCut? So a lot of people are needing to know how to make different things. Pam says, can we get AP partners? Pam, I do have AP partners in my groups. I have AP partners in the collective as well as WAM groups, which are weekly accountability meeting groups. So that is something that we look at, okay? So photos of products. So many things there, okay? So now I'm just going to share a solution with you guys. I'm going to do, I told you I'll stay on tonight. I'll answer every single question that you guys drop in Q&A for me. But I do want to share a solution with you guys, something that has worked for a lot of my crafters, something that Broken Busy Bree definitely needed to leverage herself and to grow like CEO Chanel. Weekly classes. Y'all are just giving it to me. Somebody already asked me earlier what the collective is, and I kind of want to just kind of share what solutions, like if I was saying like I am the CEO crafter, you are a CEO crafter, what things would I be looking at so that I could grow in all these different areas? And that's what I'm going to kind of share with you. Don't forget, I'm going to do the giveaway, so make sure that you stay into the end, and I'm hopefully going to get you out of here in not too long because I need to get home to my babies. So yeah, that's what that looks like. So in my community, I do have a lot of coaches. I'm the only one on tonight, actually, because I have coaches teaching other classes tonight, and I don't like to take up all their time. So a lot of times I come on these calls, but we have Coach Lanisha, who is our design coach. Coach Lagaya brings home 6 figures on TikTok. Coach Q is our AI coach, and she's a beast. She's actually in California right now at the Canva convention, learning all the stuff. So I cannot wait till she comes back and teaches a lot of this stuff. Coach Taquita is on every single week with my community. She's our Shopify coach. Coach Jantrice, who is a full-time social media manager, she is also on often. Coach Tanya comes on occasionally. She does some seasonal treats. She is bad. If you were on my September and December challenges, her treat stuff is top-notch. Like, she's really, really good. I have Jason, who's my assistant, Jess, my own, Marie, and Rock, who are all on the back end. This is the craft house. I do teach in-person classes at the craft house about once a month for my community. They fill up and they sell out very fast. But my community members come in, I teach them stuff. This is our most recent one where we kind of went over like graduation stuff. So I showed them some banners. We talked about designing. We really talked about how they can monetize really fast and get to the grad bag so that they were not waiting and procrastinating, because you can't wait until the last minute to sell for grad, right? So about me, I'm Dr. Kalia Willie Jones. I told you guys I have 4 kids. I earned my doctorate from the University of Georgia. I'm a high school marketing, fashion, and work-based learning teacher. I train other teachers. I've been in Georgia for 13 years. I'm originally from Pennsylvania. I earned my bachelor's degree from Delaware State University. I'm a real estate investor, and I am a girl's girl. And those are all of my boos in the corner. Well, some of my boos, but those are my bridesmaids. Yes, I was the extra person that had a million bridesmaids because I love my friends. And also as a crafter, I'm a coach. I own the craft house. I have several successful Etsy shops and Shopify pages. I'm a DTF printer, sublimation, embroidery, and Cricut expert. I'm a former full-time event planner. I'm skilled with treats and charcuterie. I'm a private labeler, blank shop owner, digital product creator, and AI enthusiast. I'm also a lifelong learner because that's what it's all about. And as we go through this, I really want you to think about, who are you, where are you going, and how are you going to get there? And my mom used to make me write this down all the time, and I used to hate it. She thought she was my mindset coach, but low key she was, and she was always so right about all the things. So I'm really grateful that I had to go through that so much with her. Who are you? Where are you going? And how are you going to get there? And not having to get there alone. So before we move on, guys, I want you to share one of your big takeaways from tonight. Drop one of your big takeaways from tonight, or something that you know you still need. Kia said, I have a brand, but I need help with everything for it. Hey, neighbor. Hey, Tiff. I need help with everything. I was scared to doing your stuff because I didn't know if it was real. I'm so glad I signed up. Yes, Leslie, I'm very real. Very real and very imperfect, but I don't judge you because this world is crazy. PM said, I watched Canva today. It was great. Yes, it is. So good. Janet, drop that question in the chat on the Q&A for me. That's excellent. I want to circle back to that. Oh, this is good. Motivation, stay a student. That's it right there, Leah. That is it. Motivation, Denise said. Jessica said consistency, start somewhere. I love it. Marketing, learn Canva, being a lifelong learner. I love it. I need help with marketing, motivation, LLC. I do walk through with you how to set up your LLC, your website, all the things. So this is so good. I'm glad you guys identify what you need to grow. Consistency. I love it. Cecile said learning Canva, marketing. Carol said I need help with everything. Bernadette said using many chats with automations. Yes, yes, please do. That is a huge takeaway. If you got that, being strategic, y'all are good. I'm so happy for you, because sometimes recognizing what you need to grow is the best. Kim said stop procrastinating. Boom. And sometimes the only thing that can defeat procrastination, Kim, is preparation. Preparation beats procrastination. Okay. Shannon said, I need everything, learning a lot though. Nakia said, motivation. This is so good. DTF. So I love it. Y'all are my people. You are definitely in the right place. So I hope, again, that you got a lot from this. And I'm going to keep going because I do have some stuff for you, because I want to make sure that you get what you need. Okay. So I created something, and it's called the CEO Crafter Ultimate Business Box. And I also have a group, a community called The Collective. They are my people. They are my lifeline. We spend a lot of time together weekly. These are some examples of our weekly calendars. I told you guys I am teaching. November was a crazy month because we were prepping for Christmas, and it was just so much to do. But every single thing is like, oh, what do you mean I missed all these classes? What happened? I missed these classes. But what I can say is every single class that you guys see on here is recorded and in the portal for you to revisit. But I do strategy sessions with them. We have treat sessions. We have annual planning sessions. We have quarterly planning sessions, monthly planning sessions, treats. We have TikTok with Coach Lagaya. Coach Lagaya goes through step by step on how to build your TikTok page, how to use influencers to sell your stuff. She's so good. Coach Chiquita is on every single week for the most part, teaching Shopify. So you're literally going up there. So I saw a lot of people said they need Shopify. I know Bree said that she needed Shopify support. Coach Taquita is up there every single week, and Bree can literally raise her hand, come up and show her screen and say, hey, this is what I'm having a problem with. So it's very interactive. Like you're getting real life support. Not today is cool, but we had hundreds of people on today. But this help is a little bit different because this help is like you're getting answers to your questions. You're talking to the coaches. It's very, very personal. So this is an example. This was our March calendar here, which was also a crazy month. We also have a Coach Jantrice comes on. She teaches reels, and then you got Coach Lanisha's classes on the back end where she taught us how to do 100 reels in an hour to set up our Canva stuff. She taught everybody how to build their branding kits out in Canva, how to design t-shirt stuff. So much good stuff. Coach Q comes on and does her AI thing. So many amazing things. We just did this content challenge. I told you guys about the 500 thing. The spreadsheet for the 500 challenge is insane. It's something that we're going to use over and over again. And we're actually preparing, we're doing it now, but we're about to run it back again. And I also have a mindset, like a licensed and certified therapist with all these fancy degrees that comes on and does money mindset with us. So it's great. And then down here, which I really love, I cannot not acknowledge them, guys. Jess, Tia, and Britt. This is one of the groups in Niasia as well. This is one of the WHAM groups. So there were two set of accountability partners. If y'all saw people drop in the chat, they need some APs. Well, those were accountability partners. And then those accountability partners got together to join a WHAM group, which is something I teach on, which is a weekly accountability meeting. Y'all, they be texting. I had someone, they were talking to some of the newbies in my group the other night, and one of them came up and was like, like you're not going to call us a WHAM group anymore. We're family. Like they're brunching, they're doing all the things. They're texting, they're like, checking on each other, what's going on in family life, and then also holding each other to the fire when it comes to getting that work done. If you said that you was going to make them samples for them t-shirts and you didn't get it done, that WHAM group is going to put a little bit of fire to you. They're going to love you, but they're going to put the fire to you as well. So it's really just a safe space that you can have where you're feeling like you're getting some critique without being attacked, if that makes sense. So we have WHAM groups on the back end, and typically once a month, most months, at least 10 months out of the year, I do in person at the craft house. So I did an Etsy intensive, which is also recorded. Again, every single class you see here is all recorded. So you always could go back and catch up, except for the in-person stuff. The last one I did was sublimation for newbies. So that was March. I am not sharing my live calendar, but I'm telling y'all that my calendar for April is also crazy, but I will. Once we get through April, I'll go back and share that as well. I also have a print on demand workshop for you guys that you can grab. The print on demand workshop is good. Start to finish, I show you all the vendors I use, but more than that, because we need more than that. So it's telling you my vendor does not serve you, okay? I can tell you the vendor, but telling you my vendors does not serve you. Me showing you how I made the design, how I took the design and uploaded into the software, how I got it exactly where I needed to be to make sure that it looked good, how I took those mock-ups and got them approved for my customer, and then finally, how I placed my order, the shipping method that I chose, all those things. Like you need a start to finish with that, right? Content training. I know we need some support in these content streets. Like you guys are asking me about ManyChat. I saw people asking about CapCut. So those are some of the things that we address. How are we best using TikTok? How are we best using Instagram? How are we scheduling using meta platforms? Why we shouldn't be using third-party schedulers like Tailwind, which I used to love until I knew better. Because when you know better, you do better, right? So how we are leveraging all these places. I also teach you guys on how to make, market, and monetize, private labeling, Craftpreneur 101 for my newbies to really get into some stuff there, time management for crafters, AI for crafters, pricing problems. We talk a lot about pricing. Angela said, I have a question. How much would you charge for 31 camo shirts ranging from X, Y, and Z? Kristen said, how much would you charge for 100 chip bags and 100 water bottles? Brandon, how much would you charge for someone to print 4 logos? How can somebody help a sister out? How much are you charging for puzzles? KK, how much would you charge for 30 stickers? These are things that I see all day, every day. And you shouldn't be asking other people because your price and their price might not be the same, because their expenses and your expenses might not be the same. Their overhead and your overhead might not be the same. And what you want to pay yourself and what they want to pay themselves might not be the same. I don't want to work for $10 an hour. So when I price my stuff out, my rate for myself when I use the pricing calculator is $35 an hour, right? So I have all these different tabs, as you guys can see below, to show you like different ways you can price. And then I also have a blank version that you go in and you put your stuff and it automatically calculates for you at the bottom how much you should be charging for your item. If you're like, oh, that's too low, because it gives you an idea of what the actual cost is, then you can mark it up and make changes accordingly. Okay. So that's one fun thing. I go through like how to start your DTF business, how to really get running on Etsy. I have a lot of expert guests that come in. I told you guys about I bought somebody in during tax season and told you how to leverage, what to write off, how to make the best of that. The craft house intensives, and just so much more. My favorite part by far is the weekly group coaching. I love getting on. I love seeing my people. I love having other experts, so it's not all on me. And I promise one class a week, but as you guys can see from our calendars are packed and we're just doing the work. But there's so much more. You also get an accountability partner. I'm giving out awards. We're having a wedding event, guys. If you're free, June 6th and 7th in the Metro Atlanta area, I'll be giving out the first set of awards there. We have instant access to all recorded calls, early VIP access to future trainings. Like you don't pay for anything if you're in my community. You just don't. I don't nickel and dime you guys, so you don't pay for any challenges or VIP bundles. Like everybody in my community already has that VIP bundle. They have all of my old challenge materials and stuff. They get a free ticket to June's event. I give you guys instant access to 100 product mock-ups and stuff. And I also will be sending out some mail. Finally got cleared from customs. So I'm hoping that the stuff is delivered within the next week and a half or so. And then you also get my CEO Crafter Box, one-on-one calls with me. We talk all about your business on these one-on-one calls, growing design bot, and then free intensives at the craft house, and also a website shell for my Shopify people that need help. And the investment for this program, you can do payments as low as $81 a month. And I do offer, because I don't want no enemies, I'm only interested in new besties. I do offer a money back guarantee. If you come into the program and you give it a try and you do the work and it doesn't work for you, I give you your money back, and it's that simple. And on all of my calls recently, because I hop on a call maybe every other week at this point, but I am about to slow down because my kids are mid sport season, but they're like, oh, coach, can you please offer some other payment methods? I can't pay that all up front. So for you guys, I have spent days over the past week opening up new applications, and I'm so excited to share that we now have Affirm, Pay Later with PayPal, Klarna, all major credit cards, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and even Amazon Pay for you guys set up. So I went through all of the hoops because so many people were like, please, coach, I need Affirm. Or I don't use Affirm, but I do use PayPal, PayPal Pay or Klarna. So I went and installed all those things so that you guys can get payments as low as $81, because I'm not trying to break the bank. I'm trying to help you build your bank. Okay. So that's what that looks like. And I really want you to think about how much it costs you to wait. It is time for you guys to really put in the work to grow. How do you get into my community? Jason is going to actually, my assistant Jason, he's about to drop the links. I'm about to take some Q&A, guys, and then we are going to, I'll give you guys the checklist in just a minute. Let me show you something else. So again, guys, this is the landing page for the collective. So Jason is dropping this for you. This is where you're going to come if you want to use PayPal Pay, or you want to use, if you want to use PayPal or PayPal Pay or a credit card, you can come to this link and he'll drop this for you. If you want to use third-party funding, you can come here. Oh my God, guys, I forgot to tell y'all about all the stuff you get in this actual box too. But you guys can go in here and read it yourself. It's a lot of stuff that comes in the box. It's really good. I give you guys some samples. And of course, the most valuable thing, in my opinion, is the bonus with the collective and access. But you can come here and you can go to more payment options right there. And it is just going to be crazy in here. When I tell y'all, I have been working so hard on getting these payment options in here. So you have these up here, but if you scroll down, there's also Klarna and Affirm. And if you use Affirm is by far my favorite. So I highly suggest that you guys sign up with Affirm. That's that one. It'll probably get you between like $81 or $100. The big thing with Affirm, guys, that I want you guys to know is I covered let me see if it's going to take me straight to it. Hold on, let me just stop sharing my screen real quick because I want to show you guys something. I'm gonna go back to it. I covered the financing charge for you. So it's interest-free financing. And what that means is, instead of me making the program more expensive to cover it, I'm just eating the cost. So I'm paying 10% of your program for you because I didn't want to take the price up just because you had to do a payment plan instead of like putting it all on a card or something. Because again, my goal is to help you. We need to get these websites up. We need to get you learning Canva. We need all of the things, okay? So let me see. I'm going to show you. So yeah, when you go in and you use Affirm, it is so, so easy to do. And I just wanted to show you what that looks like because a lot of people were messaging me like, Coach, I cannot figure this out. What are you talking about? But I got to put my personal information in because I can't be giving me all like, all my business. So you just go in, you're going to add it to your cart. You're going to go to checkout. And then it's so easy. And I'm about to share my screen and show you how easy it is. So you see now that I'm here at this page, it gives me options, but I want you, integrity is huge to me, guys. So I wanted to make sure everything is here for you in writing. You got 0% interest no matter which one you pick. I would suggest if you're doing 0% interest and 0% due now, obviously totally do the lowest monthly payment. And again, I have to pay the 10% financing for you. Instead, I did not add that cost on as an additional cost to you. So go in and use Affirm. I mean, if you want to just put it on your credit card or you want to just, pay it all off now and that's what you want to do is cool. But there's something in business that we call OPM, which means other people's money. If you can use somebody else's money with 0% interest, use somebody else's money for 0% interest. It's a no-brainer. Don't pay it all at once. If you want to invest, go buy some of the equipment that you need to grow. Okay. So that's just my spiel. And I'm going to get into some Q&A now. I would love to see you guys in the program. Jason dropped the links. I'm about to answer all your questions. I'm about to do some giveaways and we are at the end of the road. I want to make sure that we are out of here, hopefully within the next 20 minutes or so. So again, if I were you, I would just do that lowest payment option. And let's get you in and let's get your first one-on-one call set up with me. As soon as you guys join, Jason, you guys will get some emails from us. We'll send you over some important stuff. We'll give you access to the back end and y'all can hop on classes starting next week. It's going to be so exciting. We're going to have a great time. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing now and I'm going to do some Q&A. Thank you, Charlene. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I had the best time tonight. Okay. Yeah, I had a great time. I don't know if you guys can hear the storm outside, but it has been a good distraction from the storm because it's crazy. All right, so let's get into some Q&A and then I'm going to give you guys, actually, let me do this backwards. I'm going to give you guys the pricing calculator, not the pricing calculator. Whoo, I lied. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud. That was my mommy brain kicking in. The pricing calculator is in my program, babies. All right. So in the CEO Masterclass, though, I did promise you guys a checklist. I want y'all to grab that checklist before I do Q&A. I would love for y'all to stay on Q&A and learn a little bit more, but here is the checklist for Q&A. So go ahead and grab that. And Jason also is dropping the link to the checklist because I know some of you are on your phone. You can't actually scan this. So go ahead and click that link that he drops for you for the checklist. Guys, hold on to that link, save it, take some screenshots or something because I love you, but I promise you, we do not send this out, okay? If you were not on the call, when I gave it out, you didn't get it. So make sure that you get it this way. We do not text this or email this out, okay? So this checklist is super amazing. It's very, very helpful. It's a great resource for you guys. And again, this is nothing. If you like this checklist, you would love the collective because we have a great time in there, okay? All right, so now we are going to go ahead. I'm going to do some Q&A. Then I'm going to get down to these giveaways. I also want to tell you guys, let's be friends on social. Everybody that follows me tonight, I will follow back. My handle on Instagram is from Craft to Cash. We have a good time over there on that side. I also post on my business page as well. And I also have a free community that if you guys are not already in, you'll be invited to be in very soon. But definitely look me up on Instagram at From Craft to Cash. And again, everybody that follows me tonight, we will follow back over the next day or so. You're just gonna have to give me a minute because I only can take so many actions before Instagram freezes me for a minute, okay? All right, so let's do a little bit of Q&A and then we will close out with our prizes. But what I want you to do, guys, though, for the heat press for my one winner, Jason is actually going to pick the heat press winner. For the t-shirt guys and stuff, I'm just going to ask some questions. Y'all going to answer them. Whoever answers first and fully correct answers is going to win those guides. For the heat press, I asked you guys for a little bit of feedback on how you enjoyed tonight, what you want to see me teach in the future. So Jason also is dropping the link now to that little survey I have for you guys. And then it's very short and brief, and he'll pick somebody from that on the call tonight that wins, and we will circle back to that. So make sure you guys fill that out while I am doing some Q&A. All right, so for Q&A, let's get into it. Make sure you guys again. Oh, thank you guys. You're so welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed. So again, if you notice, Jason has dropped the links. He gave you the CEO Crafter checklist. He gave you the link to the community. He gave you the link to join if you want to use PayPal Pay, or if you wanted to use like Affirm or Klarna. All of them take credit cards. But I told you guys, I don't just teach crafting. I teach you guys money mindset, money strategy, so you can build generational wealth. And because Affirm is just a bomb deal. It just is. Especially if you can get it for zero interest, it's a no-brainer. Why would you spend all of your money or be paying interest on your credit card if you can sign up with somebody and then not pay interest? So business people are not afraid of, risk like those kind of investments. All right, so Bernadette said, who do you use for outsourcing? Bernadette, that is a loaded question. I use a lot of people for outsourcing. I'm a private labeler. I also have private labelers. So when I want signage done, figure out who's doing it amazingly well and reach out to them and ask them to be your private labeler. I use stickers, banners for a lot of my prints because they're close by, but I also use local printers. Sometimes if I have a small job and I don't want to run my printer, I might even order something from Walgreens. Or if I'm sitting in my kids' practice and I got to get some posters or yard signs done and I want to get them done quick, Walgreens, CVS, Staples, who's having a deal? Who got a coupon right then and there? That's who I'm using for outsourcing. I'm going to pick them prints up. I'm going to come throw whatever I got to do together, and I'm keep it moving. Now, a lot of times I will just use my printer here, but sometimes the prints are too big. Or things like this. Has a whole entire frame, guys. So these banners and signage and that kind of stuff, I outsource through sticker banners. It's a lot of print on demand companies out there. You It's just so many people that you can use. Y'all can drop some people in the chat if you have anybody in particular you want to use. My favorite is probably arts ads when it comes to third party. I don't know what that looks like right now with the increase on tariffs. So I also want to encourage you to lean in. You do have to be careful, Bernadette, when you're using print on demand people though, because the quality is not always quality. Natasha said, can you drop the link again for the survey, Jason? So I hope that helps. Next question. Where do you get your shoes to sub? I do not sub them myself. I order them outsourced with Arts Ad, what I just said. How do you outsource? Sonya, that is a loaded question, baby. The class that I taught on that is in my back end portal from my course, and that's a 2-hour class. So that's not something that we have the time to get into because there's many steps to that. You have to design a thing, you have to take the thing over to third party, you have to register and sign up for your account with third party, give them your business information, and then when you open your account with them, then you can typically choose items, upload your customs, they'll give you a mock-up, you can get it approved from your customer, and then you can place that order, okay? Angela said, how do you come up with the pricing for your handmade items? Angela, I use my pricing calculator, and that's just the truth, because again, as someone who does private labeling, wholesale orders, if I order stuff from overseas, we're not the same. I can't tell you to charge $25 for a tumbler. My tumblers cost me $3 each. So if you're going on Amazon and you have tumblers and you might be paying $9 for your tumblers and I'm paying $3, our price that we can give out is not the same. So I hope that makes sense. Tia, not necessarily. I design on Kindle, I do, but I love Canva. I'm a Canva girly. I'm experienced in Photoshop, but Canva is just too easy. What sublimation printer would you recommend for all different size papers? So I love Epson. I'm an Etsy girl. I mean, an Epson girly. I'm an Etsy girly too. I'm an Etsy girly for sure. Epson. I'm gonna show you my favorite paper to use is by far Asa paper. Is the best paper. My lights are too bright, so you can't, I don't think you guys can see the actual, oh, there we go. You can see the text, ASUB. That is my favorite brand for a lot of papers. But Epson is super good. I like the 15,000, which will print up to a 13 by 19. The 8,500 will do borderless 13 by 19. You have the 2,800 and the 4,800. I have all of those. I have like 6 Epson printers because of time. They print a little slow. So I am definitely an Epson print girly. So that is what I use. I hope that helps. I know some people have like, I don't kill me, guys, because I know some of y'all got this printer. But I don't love Sawgrass because Sawgrass ink is way too high. And I mean, a printer ain't cheap either, but the ink is just ridiculous. Like my sublimation refill inks be like $18. So their ink is just way too high. So I do recommend Epson printers for those. What DTF printer would you recommend as a startup? I don't recommend buying a DTF printer. It's way too easy. My favorite, you can order DTF prints from so many different places. Like literally go to Google and put in DTF prints. You have Jiffy, which is pretty fast. Some of these people are even delivering to you guys next day. But my favorite printer, they're not as advertised as well, but they're called DTF Dallas. They're also very good. Can you recommend a good embroidery machine? That is a loaded question. Embroidery machine oftentimes is user error. So sometimes it's not even about the embroidery machine, but the user error. I could recommend them. I would say Brothers have pretty decent startup machines. I would start with a smaller machine, and this is what I tell people: embroidery machines are a huge investment. Like my stuff down there, the embroidery machine y'all saw in the middle, that's a $30,000 machine. The one on each side of it, they're $16,000 machines. I don't think that you have to start there. Okay. I also have smaller embroidery machines that are like um only one needle that you can switch out the colors as you're trying to build. But the beauty of that is when I do vending events, I can take my embroidery machine with me if I'm only doing names or if I'm only doing just like, you know, small one color logos or items or just like names or things like that. So you'll still use your smaller baby one. I don't want y'all going out and spending $15,000, $16,000 on their embroidery machine. So like I said, Brother has like the PE. They have home models, which are good. You can also go on Amazon and look at embroidery machines that you know, they have decent pricing. You also could use their financing, which a lot of their financing charges is not very high. But I suggest that you make the money through other methods before you tack on embroidery, if that makes sense. So I hope that helps. Bertie said, if we already in business, have a website, but difficulties getting streamlined for custom orders, making money while we sleep, what do you recommend? Also, do you know where to find custom stuffed animals that can be embroidered, maybe drop ship method or print on demand? So I do not, I do the custom cubbies for a few people drop ship, but it's not something that I'm really offering anymore because I'm full. So my roster with private label people is full right now, but I would suggest finding someone else that does them and have them doing them for you so you can outsource them and then fulfill the orders for you. In regards to website and stuff, I hope that I answered some of those questions when I went through marketing and monetizing, because I gave you guys a ton of strategies and things that you need to do if you are not monetizing well. Looking into purchasing a 3D printer as well as a laser cutter, any recommendations? So I really like Omtech. I really highly encourage you guys to do your own research. I really would have loved to go into AI with you guys tonight, but we just didn't have that kind of time. But ChatGPT is even a great resource. You can go on and you can say, who are the top manufacturers for home laser cutters? And what are the pros and cons to each? What are people's thoughts on them? So you can go in and get recommendations that way. But I think Omtech I really love. And then my 3D printer, so I would do that. And the reason I say that is because sometimes people's customer service isn't that great. So I don't want to, like, I have Racoma embroidery machines, for example, but their customer service is trash. So if it wasn't something that I already knew how to do, I would not have gone through them. I would have went for something else. I'm just being honest. So I don't want to push things on you guys and push brands on you guys just this fast. Like if you're in class with me, it's things that we have time to talk through a little bit more. A lot of people like Glowforge for laser cutters, for home base, for smaller craft items. So that is an option as well. And what do I have? Yes, Bamboo. I like their 3D printers. Y'all, my laser cutter is right out here, and I can't even think of the brand that I went with. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I told you I have 4 kids. My baby is only one, so my mommy brain is crazy sometimes. So let me see. Laser. Oh, Thunder Laser. That's another good one. But what is this 4-in-1 that I just purchased? X tool. It's the X tool. It's the X tool. So the one I just got is X tool. So I hope that that helps. So, what is the best printer to use with Cricut machine? I stand on Epson for those as well. I use my Epson printers. HP is also a pretty good quality printer. That's what my wide format printer is, the HP. But I do use Epson printers for my party favors and for my sublimation and for my small stuff. Charmaine said, where are your, oh, I forgot to tell you guys about the wedding challenge. I'm gonna email details about the wedding challenge too. Don't worry about it. If I have any spots open, because the collective gets all the spots open, so all the first spots for those first. So if I have some extra spots, I'll send it out. Charmaine said, where your in-person classes held? I am in Metro Atlanta. I am in Gwinnett County. How to edit digital products? It depends. That's a loaded question. Who is making the digital products? Did they make them on Canva and they're giving you a Canva link? Where did they make them? So that matters as well. Okay, so where do you get your cubbies? You can buy cubbies on Allstitch. You can also buy cubbies on a website called Fair. So those are some places that you can get them from. How did you learn how to do embroidery? I've been sewing all my life. My grandmother taught me how to sew when I was 3 years old. So having that skill set went into it. And then when I started working as a marketing teacher and we were making all this stuff for the school store, we kind of got an embroidery machine there and I kind of took it from there. I really got to learn on company time, which was great. And then I got to start training other teachers and experiencing different machines and servicing different machines. And then I felt comfortable at some point just buying my own commercial equipment. What's the best website? Again, I like Shopify. I think it's the best for crafters. How did you get your first few orders? How did you get the momentum going? Woo! I mean, that's just really easy. Like I break into new industries all the time. Like I'll just get bored and be like, I never worked with this group of people. Let me start pitching. Let me send some samples. Let me make some stuff. Let me put myself out there. One way I get stuff, which we are terrible at doing, y'all keep it real, drop it in the chat. Do you wear your own stuff? Yes or no? Do you wear your own stuff? Are you out there wearing stuff that you have made? A lot of times we are so busy doing other people's stuff that we do not brand and market ourselves. So when I order gang sheets for DTF, I'm ordering a bunch of extra prints. Like I got a whole stack of, again, I got extra money to do this from the money. Remember, I'm reinvesting into my business. Okay. So I'm reinvesting into my business, but I keep a little plastic container of some prints in there. So if I'm going somewhere or I even want to do like a matching mommy or me, or like I said, I just print like one of these new, like all the time. Make sure that you are walking and branding yourself. Like, do you not think I get stopped if I go to one of my son's football games and I got him on an entire sweatshirt? Do you not think people see my sneakers? So that's just some of the stuff. Like I got a whole closet full of custom stuff, as does my husband, for stuff that he represents as well. So the best way to get out there is to start showing what you do and going live as well. Who has good Kindle tutorials? YouTube. Do you know how to get our own company sublimation paper and ink? Angela says, absolutely. You can go on to Alibaba. Typically for custom labels, the starting price is around 10K. I did one batch of customs and I sold out, and then I decided that it was not the business for me. I didn't think that the profit margins made sense for me. And you're really going to have to consider what the profit margin is going to look like and what you're going to have to charge. I really just got to a point in my career, because again, my goal is to support you. I got to a point in my career where I decided I would rather give you the plug that's cheap and tell you where you can go get sublimation ink for $18 versus me charging you $35, $40 on my website just to say that I have a profit margin because it's more expensive. Have you used Square Up? Yes, I have used Square Up, and I also use Square. Square is actually one of my payment processors for the collective and for my recurring membership. So I do enjoy that. Do you have a great starter kit that can pause everything you are teaching today? I feel like I need to start over. Toya, the best thing you can do, I'm just gonna be honest with you, is jump into the collective. I would just jump right in, start coming to classes, start experiencing all the different coaches, start watching the replays, go do my print on demand class, go watch our branding kit stuff, go watch our classes on how to build out your Canva, how to start your TikTok, and then come on to classes and ask questions live. Like, you turn your video on. Like, this is a webinar, but in our classes, you turn your video on and you talk if you have questions, okay? Or you just don't turn your video on and you come and listen. Evelyn said, how many products should make my Shopify website live? You can make it live with one product, Evelyn. One. So don't give yourself those barriers, but you just keep going. It's an ongoing process. You should have time built out every single week to make updates to your website. What are vendor events, Shar? Like when you go places and people have tables set up for you to buy stuff. Delphine, is it best to pay yourself first or just invest back into the business? Both. So Delphine, you should have in my pricing calculator, I put my rate in there. So if I'm making a t-shirt and I know it takes me 5 minutes to put that to make that t-shirt, I'm put 0.05 in there. And I know that I make $35 an hour. So I know how much of that was my profit. And I know how much of that gets invested back into my business. Okay. So it's both. You absolutely should be paying yourself, because if you're running your business like a business, there's nothing more motivating to grow your business and make money than doing it the right way. How much does it cost to join the collective? I hope that I answered that for you, Lexi. Tiana said, I want to buy machines but can't afford them. How can I get them through my LLC and credit cards? So that's when you want to have, your LLC and you start working on building your business credit, which we talk a little bit about too. But I just showed you too, you can use, there are so many people out there. Everybody, guys, does not have zero interest for financing, but there are some companies out there that will give you credit cards. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I have an Amex, and on one of my Amex cards, I did a 0% APR for 12 months because there were some things that I wanted to invest in without using my own money, because I wanted to use my own money for something else. So I tell you guys, OPM, leveraging other people's money. The key is when you're making money from the things that you're doing and promoting your items and having your website and automating and all the things, so make sure that you're paying your stuff off in a timely fashion so that you can grow your business. One of my APs, and so when I talk too often, well, I kind of made her my AP because that's just how it started. But her name is Jennifer Jasper. She has this huge, huge $1 million t-shirt brand called God Ain't Pity, But I Am. And she's doing such a great job, like running her business and making new stuff. And her company is just growing so fast that guess what? She leverages business credit and then she pays it all off because that's what you're supposed to do. So really just think about making the best out of it in that way. I hope that helps. For sports or graduation, hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts all over printing, how do you do this with regular size printer? You have to piece them together, which is such a pain. It takes so much time. I highly suggest just using POD for those larger things. Nicole said, how do you automate those answers on social media in the chat? When you set your stuff up in mini chat, you can give various responses like, hey girl, check your DM, or oh boo, I got you, check your DM, or ooh, I sent you the DM, or thank you so much, sent you the DM. So you can give a variety of responses when you set up your automations. What is your system for determining prices? My pricing calculator. I answered that already. Do you teach how to build a website? Absolutely. Start to finish, like literally insert shopify.com, enter your name. So it's pretty thorough going through that. Do you look over websites? We we look over websites every single week. We look over TikToks every single week. So those are the things that we're doing in class. You're coming in class and you're like, hey, coach, your goal. I'm in communities too, guys. So this is the stuff we fight about. In my other communities, even though we know my coach will answer every single question, as soon as I get in the room, hand up, y'all, I'll be over here working. Cricut is going, embroidery machine is going, printer is going, all these things is going, but my hand is up. And when it's my time, I'm gonna stop for 2 seconds. I'm listening to the whole call. But I'm gonna stop for 2 seconds and be like, hey coach, so what I'm having a problem with is X, Y, and Z. My people said that they needed more payment options. Like so many people are just texting me like, coach, can you please just implement more payment options? I would love to join, but financially I don't have that much money to spend right now. So what can I do? And he said, I mean, really, go apply to these places, and this is how you incorporate X, Y, and Z and do such and such. Then I learn that stuff and I apply it. Then I come back and I even teach to add more value on that side. So I hope that makes sense. What about Square and Stripe? Love them both. Have no problem with Square or Stripe. I love and have accounts with both. Why do you have separate Etsy pages for your products? Oh, this is good, Nicole. Are they all under the same company or vendor name? No. So the riches are in niches. So when, Etsy is a marketplace. So when it starts pushing your stuff and when you're doing SEO, people like people that are experts in stuff. Nobody wants to hear that I service, I have a digital product shop that does very well. They don't want that mixed in with me just selling t-shirts. They want my baby shop separate. They don't want me selling baby shops and custom firearm bags on the same page, right? So I created different pages. Like they don't want me selling sublimation blanks on the same exact page that I'm selling the custom items on. Like, why would you want somebody to see that you are selling blank tumblers for $6, but then you're charging them $35 or $25 for a tumbler? So it just really is just niching out a little bit. And I'm not telling you guys, no, first of all, what I'm not saying, somebody type in the chat a one if I just want y'all to stick with me. I'm not telling you in this moment to go and open up a bunch of Shopify pages and Etsy shops. Stick with me. Come on, y'all. Give me the one. Give me the one. Somebody thinking about it right now. Somebody is over here making a list right now of how they about to separate these shops and get rich. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So I'm not telling you guys to go out and throw all of this, throw all these pages up. I make money on a page, like do really well on a page, build it out. I don't even think about opening up a new page until a page hits at least 20K. I just showed you guys one of my pages that is almost at 300K. So build the page out, be an expert in that thing, and then open up something new. Okay. Okay, I'm glad we're on the same page. Okay. I had to backtrack. How did you come up with your brand? Y'all have several brands. I have so many brands. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with. I have several LLCs, but then you also can do something called a DBA, which means doing business as. So you can legally run one business within another business, or you can separate them. So when I first started, like I've been doing one-on-one coaching for such a long time, but then my calendar got so full from one-on-one coaching that I had to do one-to-many coaching. And then I realized I love one-to-many coaching because they weren't just learning from me, they were learning from other people in the community because there are other experts out there as well, right? So with that brand, it grew so big, I had to take it out of a DBA and make my own LLC for it. So I just have several brands. My first real baby is called Candidly Me. And that's just me. Like I'm very candid. I like to keep it real. I like to be honest. I like to operate in integrity. Not trying to pull the wool over nobody's eyes. I like to capture memories for people. I like pictures. I like, just candid moments. So that's how I started that one business. I have a six-figure shea butter brand too. Shea butter. We sold waist beads. We sold hair oil, or we got a best-selling hair oil. I just cut my hair. It was like way longer than this. But I love my cut. I'm so excited. But anyway, that one's called Crown Essence. And me and my partner picked that out because it meant something to us. So find something that offers value that your people will resonate with and make it your name. Alvara said, they said the Cricut market is oversaturated, that everyone has a Cricut. So like so many people selling cups, t-shirts. Do you think it is? Is the restaurant market oversaturated? You still go out to eat? You still trying new restaurants? Is the daycare market oversaturated? Or do we still need new quality daycare centers? There's new laundromats opening. There's new hair salons opening. There's new barbershops opening. So what I'm gonna tell you, Alvara, is people want to, your people are your people. And there's nothing that nobody else can do to take that away from you. Your people are going to see you. If you show up for your people consistently, your people are going to show up for you. They're going to want to support you. They're going to want to buy from you. Listen, I don't got time to preach tonight, especially when I'm talking about bulk sales. A lot of the people in my community, when I'm teaching them how to pitch to people in bulk sales, they're so intimidated to go and make their offers because they're like, well, they already got somebody that they use. And You know how many teachers are at that school? You know how many coaches are at that school? They don't all use the same people all the time. Get in there, make your pitch, open your business, show people what you do, and people will support you. No, it's not oversaturated. Okay. It's not oversaturated. There's always enough room for you. There is enough room for all of us to win. And who's winning is who's showing up. Okay. Who's showing up and who's showing up consistently. I need your help. This is my only job. Can you help me? Absolutely. That is what I'm here for. All right. Esther says, how do you work CapCut? Oh, Esther, I wish we had that kind of time. I did, like I said, we do have in the collective, Coach Jan Treese, as well as myself, we have recorded calls that y'all could go as soon as y'all join, go log in, go start taking the courses, go start learning, go start watching the replays. That just what you need. Don't get in there and get too lost, y'all. There's so much stuff in there. But go in there, especially the content stuff is excellent on how to work some of those things. Regina said, I wish we had the time on the call tonight, but we just don't, because I got to get out of here in a few minutes. When you have a Shopify website, and when you have a Shopify website, who makes and fills the orders? I do. I not only do I manage my Shopify sites, some of them are POD, some of them I fill in person, some of them I use private labelers for, and I also private label for other people's Shopify shops that they're out there promoting and marketing their businesses. I fill the order off for fulfillment and send it directly to their customer. What size shirt and color would you start with? I would take a few dollars. Like I would get like $50 and get a variety, and then fill up a DTF gang sheet and get a bunch of different prints. And then I would just create different stuff for like upcoming holidays and what's going on, and show people that I can make stuff so that you have some kind of variety there. Um, I hope that helps. All right. Can you link POD to Etsy account? You can link your POD shops to Shopify account. Some people do have like a way of doing POD with Etsy as well. But Etsy does discourage it. Well, the classes you have virtual options. Most of our classes, Regina, are virtual. I only do in person about once a month. Which Shopify app do you use for custom options? I like YMQ Variant is my favorite. Hey, Del State. Esther said, why did you stop event planning? Because I missed my weekends. I'm just going to be also honest with you. I missed my weekends, so I still do the customs for event plannings, and I have a 360 photo booth that I run out as well. But I like my weekends. I have 4 kids. I want to spend time with them and my man. I need to set up a store ASAP. You are in the right place. Corman said, I'm a newbie. Just bought my Cricut for Christmas, retiring. I want to keep busy. Let's go. Trying to be consistent. Let's go. Do you have a recording for how to use Canva? I sure do. From start and ongoing, we're constantly adding to that. Angela, those classes are in the collective. My classes are in GA that are in person. If I use a firm, can it be paid off earlier? Absolutely, no penalty. Laura says Shopify stores have their own website fed by Shopify. I'm not quite sure what you're asking there. Jason, can you please drop the link to the collective again? Janae said, if you're part of the collective monthly, can you switch to lifetime membership? So yes, so if you join at 197, you can switch to lifetime membership. You just don't get, like I said, I keep it real with you guys. You don't get all of the lifetime stuff until you are in lifetime. And that's because I put my heart and soul into this, guys. Like the value, like my coach is I'm coachable, but my coaches is pissed off because they wanted my price point to be at least 12K. And as someone who has spent over $200,000 in programs, I know that, we completely over deliver. Just our replays alone are worth the price. But you can switch, you just don't get everything up front. But yeah, Julia said, if you're not in a collective, can you still take your courses? At this time, I do not offer any of my courses a la carte. Everything is in my program because that's where my focus is. Trinice said, will you teach embroidery? Yes. Leslie said, where do you get, we actually are going to have an embroidery intensive over the summer. Leslie said, where do you get your ink from for the Epson? I get it on Amazon. I like Jack's ink. It's pretty cheap. I also love Cosmos ink. If I'm not using Jack's ink, which is very affordable, I'm using Cosmo ink. I have Racoma embroidery machines. I do not recommend. I've had to have like literally just too many problems in trash customer service. I know how to work them and they work well for me now, but it took me a long time to get up and running because their customer service is really bad. Any quick Shopify links to add automatically help with bundles or customizations? Birdie, yes, there are a lot of them. And if you go to the App Store on Shopify and you type in upsell or bundles, it's going to give you a lot of options. Just make sure that you guys are paying attention to how much those apps cost monthly or if they're free monthly. What's the best Cricut to start learning with? I'd say the Cricut Maker, the Cricut Explorer if you're not going to use fabrics. But if you want to go all out, the Cricut Maker also has a rotary cutter and cuts fabric, which I love. I do a lot with that. But then the Cricut 4 also just is coming out as well. Can you recommend a US vendor for sublimation blanks? Honestly, Regina, I like Amazon. PYD is my favorite sub brand. I'm actually a PYD partner as well. But I just like Amazon. Their prices make sense on Amazon for PYD. They're very affordable. Yes, they're cheaper if you order on Alibaba, but then you're also going to be stuck with a large amount of inventory. So until you're ready and you're producing that much inventory, I just suggest just buying what you need for PYD. Their stuff is excellent. Um, how much is Lifetime? Lifetime is 1964. And that gets you access, ongoing lifetime. So it used to be yearly. I actually just changed that. I just made that change like I want to say like a month ago, a month and a half ago, because a lot of people came up on a renewal and are like, oh, coach, how do I renew for next year? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it to y'all lifetime. I was inspired by somebody to do that and I just did it. Okay, how should I purchase machines, credit cards under LLC? I covered that a little bit already with business credit. Have you ever used sublimation DTF paper? I do not. I think it's very dangerous using all them chemicals, and that powder is cancer causing in your face. My pricing calculator is offered in the collective only. I feel like I do a lot of personal stuff, so sometimes I'm discouraged on jumping out there. I'm really scared of losing money as well. And again, guys, so Tasia, this is really, really good. So when you're afraid to just jump out there and lose money, like start small. You can take pre-orders. Like, why are you not taking pre-orders? That's my question for you. Right. So I didn't talk about this yet. So I'm just going 60 seconds. I got you. If I do pre-orders, right? Let's just say I'm doing pre-orders. I come to you guys right now and I'm like, y'all, hold up. Let me grab something real quick. Like, y'all, look at these super little cuties I have for Easter. And then, it's not just something that your kids are going to keep. Like, they got these little Easter bunny ears, but then they also can keep it for a lifetime. We're going to customize it with whatever you want to put on it. Like, imagine this says like Leah's bestie in like 2025 or whatever you want to put, or like happy birthday, Carissa, and maybe her birthday, like whatever you want me to customize on a tummy for you. I got you. So I have these in a few colors. I have this one here, and then let me show you guys, and I'm gonna show a picture of the color pink and the color green and the color purple that I have for these pre-orders right here. And y'all, these are only $30. So this week I'm taking orders. All of the orders will ship out the following Monday, or you can pick them up from X, Y, and Z. I cannot wait to get these out for you. I've already sold about 30, so I cannot wait to get these all done. And that's what this order looks like. This drop looks like. Now, once I do this drop, guys, I'm not going to run it back for a while. So make sure that you don't miss out, okay? And all you have to do, I'm live, but if you look right in my chat, I have the link that goes straight to my website. You just choose your color. You're going to type in your personalization for me, and I'm going to get started on your order right away. And these are going to ship out, remember, next Monday. So they'll ship out, or you can pick them up next Monday, whichever order, whichever option you choose, and I got you. Okay. It's the same thing for everything. Your t-shirts, doing pre-orders, all the things, do the cute things, make them custom for whatever's going on. Same thing for grass season pre-order. So that is how you kind of alleviate some of that pain. Is DTF better than sublimation? Sure, DTF offers more color options. Sublimation, unless you're using a special paper, in which case you might as well just use DTF, but you only can sublimate on light colors. So you sublimate on light colors because sublimation is a dye infusion process, so you can't sub on dark colors. So DTF is not better than sublimation. It just depends. Like this is DTF, but I couldn't sublimate on a black shirt. Okay. Um, I like sublimation better because sublimation is a dye infusion process. So it lasts longer than DTF for sure. So no, it's not better then. How do you come up with a good LLC name? Get creative. Talk to some of your friends about that. Go to ChatGPT and ask it. Yo, I wish we had time. I love training on AI, but we don't have that kind of time. I gotta get through this. Okay. Do I have to register my DBA as well? No, you do not. Do you and your partner have a podcast or anything discussing your journey? So, yo, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm in a podcast mastermind. I done made all these videos and haven't released none of them yet. So we do talk about a lot of the stuff, but I don't release a ton of stuff. I talk a lot in my stories and stuff, but I haven't released my podcast yet. I'm kind of at this point waiting till I retire. I'm retiring on May 23rd, and then I'm gonna have so much more time. So I've just been kind of locked in where I'm at. Have you used ASUB paper? It's my favorite. It's all I use at this point, and I have supported so many businesses. I'm not throwing no names out there. ASUB is the best to me. Did you see Canva's new launch today? Sure did. Can't wait to start teaching on those changes in the collective. It is on, okay? The Canva just released the new stuff and it is crazy. First of all, you can use multiple sizes for my Canva people. The biggest change to me, you can use multiple sizes in one place. So we give out a lot of templates and a lot of like free graphics and stuff in the collective, a lot of mock-ups. So being able to not have you guys have a million different links to click on and putting a lot of stuff in one place, I'm excited. Oh, thank you guys for the congratulations. I'm so excited. Laura said, I need to get a website going. Yes, Shopify is a good way to start. Just make sure that you guys are up and running. Like you should be paying, my Shopify bill is like $30 a month. You should be paying that off. You got to do the work though. Don't just have a cute website. Do the work behind it. Go live, tell people what you're selling, make time for your business. Stand store. Stand store is cool too. I have a stand store. Do I think it's better than Shopify? No. I answered this, so I won't answer repeat questions. What do you think about Hippos Inc? It's cool. Honestly, guys, y'all want me to keep it real? A lot of these people get all their ink from the same place. Some of it's better than others, but a lot of these people are using the same exact manufacturers from overseas and slapping their label on it. How do you like ASUP ink? I like it too. But I'm just waiting for them to drop that price a little bit. Like I said, Jack's ink, that's like straight from the manufacturer. It's like $18 for all 4 refills. So I like that. Is iron on with the printer paper the same as sublimation? No. Mm-mm. I mean, so if you're printing on sub paper with sublimation ink, maybe the answer is yes, but not like those transfers that you buy. Not like the when you buy the transfer, print on it and then transfer on. No, that's not the same thing. Okay. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get into these giveaways. We'll do some giveaways. If you guys have any final questions, or need some more support, somebody just said, Jason, can you drop the link to the collective again? Evelyn said, congratulations. I stopped teaching 15 years ago and I'm enjoying it so much. I'm gonna miss my babies. I'm gonna start a nonprofit because I have to have a way to still serve them. So I'm not sure. Jason, I'm gonna do some Q&A for these for the t-shirt guys, and then I'll need you to come on and do the giveaway for the people that filled out the let me see, is it in here? Checklist, collective, checking out. Jason, can you also drop the link to the survey as well? So Jason, this was the survey that you guys took that he's going to choose somebody from to give away the printer to. I mean, not the printer. I'm doing heat press tonight, heat press. Okay, so for our giveaways, dun, 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 I'm going to ask you guys some questions, and you are going to answer my questions. And whoever gets the answer right is going to win. It's that simple. So we're going to do this. I said, I think I'm 5 winners. There are 5 winners for this. Jason, I'm gonna be over here writing these winners down, but when I say them, I need you to remember them too. I'm just gonna be honest. I know you multitasking over there, but I want to make sure that I get these out tomorrow. So how this giveaway works, guys, is very simple. Jason is going to give you guys the link. Like we'll go through all 5, then he'll drop the link for you to fill out, and then he'll cross-reference the winners with the video, and then he'll send me a final approved list, and then we order them and we're going to ship them to you directly from Amazon, okay? The same process for the heat press as well. So basically, I'm going to ask you guys some questions and you are going to answer my questions. And yeah, first one. We ready? All right. Question number one. Name. Dun dun dun. Give me three methods. I want three printing methods that we talked about tonight on this call. DTF, UV. Okay. Is that Kamaria? All right, so Kay Hill said, hold on. Ooh, the chat keep moving. DTF, UV, DTF, and sublimation. Yeah, so Kay Hill wins that first one. So make sure when you guys answer that if it's a three-part question that you put it all in there, not just one part, okay? So that is the first one. All right, this next one. Give me one of the questions that you guys asked me a lot is when we talked about monetizing, and I answered a lot of Q&A on this. Give me two places that I recommend that you start your website with. You start a website with Etsy and Shopify. Hold on. That I'll take that from. Ooh, it's moving so fast. I really need my glasses. Janet B, Etsy and Shopify, very good. And again, there are other places I like. I actually really do like Stan Store. I just think that if you're going to pay for a Stan Store membership, then Etsy has a ton of great features as well that you could be using and leveraging. Okay, so that's no shade on Stan Store. Again, we also talk about TikTok Shop. We show you guys start to finish how to monetize. Coach Lagaya is up there. She actually has a video where she went live on her TikTok with the collective so that they could see how to do it. Like her stuff is going viral like every other day. It's absolutely insane. So all right, that's that one. My next question. Let's pull a question from. Okay, so we talked about two different types of crafters. So y'all gonna drop a name for me and you're gonna tell me which crafter this was. So this crafter uses automations and systems to drive sales while she sleeps. Oh, y'all was good with that last one. That was a lot. Guys, I just want to say, I see a lot of people dropping Wix. I did not recommend Wix. I think that if you have to choose between Wix and Shopify, that Shopify is hands down the clear choice and winner for product-based businesses and for crafters. So I just want to be clear on that because I saw a lot of people say Wix. Um, Nicole Smith. Hold on, I'm sorry. Put Nicole down there because I don't say her name, but I gotta scroll back up because I missed some people. We got a whole bunch of mixed in answers. I had to scroll some. Woo! I can't find the beginning. Jason, you might be on your own on this one. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm trying to find where it ends and where it begins. Raytanya said Chanel. So I'll take that. So Raytanya D says Chanel. I hope I'm pronouncing your name. I don't know if it's Raytanya or Raytonia. I'm gonna go with Tanya. I don't know. Tell me. Let me know in the chat. But she won that one. Okay. So cool. So that's three. All right, let's see what else we got. Because we went in this evening. We went in. Okay. Oh, this one. This is a good one. This is a good one. Y'all gotta spell it right. What was my recommendation for automations? All right, so I see somebody got it right, but you can only win once, and you already won. Let me see. So Birdie W. So Birdie got that one. Many chats. Yes, many chat is the best for automations, guys. It's so good. If you have something called a CRM system, you might have automations and stuff built in as well. You guys also Meta, who owns Facebook and Instagram. And I told you guys like something that we really work on in a collective is scheduling our posts, content, and bulk stuff that way. But there also are automations that Meta offers for your business suite, for your business page. So you can do a lot of automations in there as well. So not as many, it's not as, flexible as ManyChat, but it does give you some customization options. Okay. Um, that was four. All right, here we go. So I talked a little bit about how I like to pitch to people and that kind of thing. So my question is, give me three types of businesses that you could be pitching to. Ooh, real estate, schools, and hospitals. Vanessa, I'll take it. So Vanessa wins that one. So don't forget, guys, don't only focus on marketing. You guys need to be pitching your services as well. If you want to grow and scale, if you want to be doing, $1,000 orders, if you want to be doing bulk orders are so fun because it's the same thing over and over again and you make a lot of money. So make sure that you guys are pitching. Vanessa said real estate schools. She won that one. Schools and hospitals, real estate, schools and hospitals, schools, local businesses and sports teams, schools, nurses, daycares, nurses, teachers, realtors, schools, doctors, churches, sports churches, groups, schools, baseball clubs, stores, team hospital, daycare. Yes. I mean, these are excellent. So definitely keep in mind what your people are saying on this call. Okay. All right, so that brings us to the end. We got one more giveaway, which is the printer. Unless I hope this person, whoever wins, is still on the call. Jason, I'm about to bring you on over, Jason, so you can do that giveaway. And I'll take a few more questions. I see I got 4 questions in Q&A. I'll make sure I answer those. Let me find Jason, and I'm gonna go ahead and promote Jason. All right, what you got for us, Jason? Who won? Melissa said me. Y'all say thank you to Jason. Jason been busy over there. He just literally had to put every single person's name in this thing that took that survey. He working hard for y'all tonight. Because I know if it was up to me, it wouldn't have got done tonight. I couldn't do both at the same time. All right, Jason, go ahead and spin the wheel. Congratulations, Trinice is going to win the heat press. All right, so again, Jason is now going to drop for you guys. So for my 6 winners, I gave away 6 prizes tonight. Jason is going to drop. That's right, good energy. We are congratulating you guys. Jason is going to drop for you guys. Courtney, I don't know what you mean. For what chat? You guys, the heat press people, I dropped the link for you guys to fill out a survey a few times. So Jason just dropped that link for you. And yeah, so you guys are gonna, my 6 winners, go ahead and fill that out. Fill it out. Make sure you fill this out tonight because I am going to mail the stuff tomorrow so that the only people I have to worry about after this are my collective people and getting their packages in the mail. So make sure you guys fill it out tonight. I'm gonna take these last few questions and we are gonna go. My husband, y'all, my husband is in the living room in the craft house. He waiting for me. He don't like me being here too late by myself. He's so obsessed with me. Regina said, can you use Hippo? Can you change the ink? Some people suggest that you do not mix sublimation inks. I have. I haven't had a problem. Which iron on paper would you recommend? Clemencia, I actually don't recommend iron on paper. If you're gonna do iron on paper, you're better off just ordering some DTF prints, or sublimating. Print on demand, how does it work? Deborah, this is like a 2-hour question. So I do teach a class on print on demand, but again, I've gone through the basics of print on demand. I told you guys, you go to their websites, you set up kind of like what you want to, they work differently. Some people you can set up a shop and then you go order directly through their shop. Some print on demand, you can have your own Shopify page. When they place the order, it goes directly to your print on demand fulfiller. They fulfill the order and ship to your customer. Some print on demand, you have to go in and put your design in. And then once you put your design in, they might ship the stuff to you and you ship it to your customer. So there are a lot of different ways to do print on demand. If I plan to target schools, hospitals, vets, office, for example, would you recommend I set up a general Shopify like NashvilleCustoms.com or something similar to Zillazoo? I asked because you said for us not to go open up. Yeah, I definitely don't recommend that you go open up a bunch of stores, especially if they're not paying for themselves. So whenever I open up multiple Shopify stores for multiple people, I always keep that budget in mind. And I even tell them like, hey guys, I can do you a custom store. And there's actually other people that you can get subscriptions with that you can set up unlimited stores on the back end with. Those memberships are a little bit more expensive, but they do work really well. But what I would do is pitch to them first and get the business and give them examples. So like if I were to go pitch to another 7-on-7 team, because I service several 7-on-7 teams like Zillazoo, I will go and say, hey, here are, some shops that I've run in the past. Here's some examples of spiritware I've done. I've created some mock-ups for you, and I would love to be your provider. I am experienced in handling bulk orders. And, again, I'm showing them a bunch of social proof and all the things, and then hopefully getting their business. And then I say to them, like, I can put your stuff on an individual page on my website, and we can have an order period, and they can go directly to this page on my website, my main website, and they can order from there. Or if you guys want your own individual website, then you also can have your own individual website, and that will be an additional X, Y, and Z a month. And that's kind of how I do that. Sometimes I don't mind it at all because it also allows you to better segment your customers for future marketing purposes. So I hope that that helps. How do you feel about Printify? I feel like Printify, Printful, a lot of those POD places are hit or miss. I don't particularly love the quality. I feel like the quality has been hit or miss. Okay. How do you do pictures for your website? If you're talking about for them to upload, I shared, Phyllis, that I use YMQ variant, though there are several variants is one as well. There are several that you can do there. Coach is not allowing me to text us, Trinice, at the number that we text you from. And Jason, please check out that form so we can make sure that that's good for the future. You're so welcome. I had a great time with you guys tonight. I'm so excited. It's Friday Eve. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm so excited. So I hope that you guys got some great takeaways. Jessica said, can post be set on auto to all the platforms or just TikTok? All of them. You can set up auto platforms directly through Meta for free, which is yay, free. We need some free. But it's the best way to do because third parties are discouraged from platforms and they go against the terms of service. So they don't show up as well. So you want to make sure that you use the native platforms. So I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed. I see that Jason just dropped the links again. I can't wait to see some of you in the collective. Make sure you guys get in and you schedule your first call with me ASAP. Like that is my favorite. Or one-on-one sessions, just like I'm doing tonight. Except for you gonna come on that camera and we're gonna talk about your business. I'm gonna give you homework and I need you to go execute so that we can get you up and running. It is not too late for you to get some of these Mother's Day, grass season coins. So make sure that you get in and you start working. Get in, go in the portal and start learning what you need right away. Okay. And then I'm looking forward to seeing you on the calls next week. So y'all have a great night. Katie said, I don't see the link. Jason, can you drop the link one more time? So Jason just dropped the link. Again, if you guys wanted to use, I recommend you use Affirm because you only got to pay like between $80 and $100 a month. So that is the one that I highly recommend. It's going to keep that cost down for you. And I just got all these extra platforms, these payment processors in for you. So I hope that helps. So thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, guys. I hope that helps. I'm gonna give everybody just a minute to click any of the links that you need or access the CEO checklist or any of the things, and we're going to get out of here. You're welcome. I learned a lot. Yay, I love it. All right, guys, we are out of here. Have a good night. Bye. You're so welcome.